Robert Diecast, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Oops, keep bumping the the mic. There's the link if you wanna hop in and hang out with me, man. It'll be cool. How's everything? Excuse me. How's everything going in your neck of the woods? Over here, it's been pretty brutal, man. It's been going on 10 days since I found something. I hit Happy Easter to you as well. Yeah, I hit a couple of Target, and to my surprise, they're closed. I went to Walmart, and it's almost impossible to find anything good there. So that's the highlight of my day as far as pigments. But yeah, other than that, nothing, man. I mean, I've been finding some cases and stuff, but a bunch of duds. Nothing that I haven't already picked up. So J&J Hot Wheels, what's up, brother? How's it going? Happy Easter to you as well. Thanks for tuning in. And once again, guys, I left the link up here in the comments if you guys want to click on it and come hang out with me. That would be cool. What are your plans for today? What are you guys doing? Anything exciting? I already told you how's what's going on over here. Superbird Diecast saying what's up to J and J. Jay went to Target yesterday, and a lady had 18 red editions in her hand. Just missed the drop. Oh man. J and J going to brunch very soon. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man, go out and have fun. That'll be cool. Yeah, I know a lot of people are busy today. Mr. McCotwheels, hello, how's it going, brother? How's it going? How's everything? Let's see. Live view, commercial. Fix this really quick. Collection Redline says, hello. What's up, brother? How's everything? How's everything, man? Talk to me, guys. What is up? So yeah, man, it's been pretty brutal over here in my area, man. I haven't found anything good. HS Painting. Saludos desde México, viejo. Excelente domingo. Igualmente, amigo. Aquí andamos, aquí andamos. Saludos. Saludos hasta México. Show. ¿Qué más cuentan, amigos? ¿Qué dicen? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? ¿Cómo les ha ido? ¿Qué han encontrado? Etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. A ver, parece que hay 6 personas. Looks like 6 people here. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, man, it's been pretty brutal over here. Nothing. Haven't found anything, man. Have not found much of anything. I'm waiting on a couple of packages I ordered from Amazon, and I also bought a mystery box from my buddy. I forgot his name. Dude, the name on tip of my tongue. I can't believe Andres Cruz. I'm waiting for a box from him. Unfortunately, box is not going to get here till tomorrow, and the Amazon pocket packages as well. So when I get those, I'll upload some content to show you guys what I got. But yeah, man, I'm definitely excited. I picked up some heavy hitters from Amazon. Uh, Nothing Hot Wheels, but they are some cool diecast, mainly Mini GT, but pretty cool. Mr. McCockle says, going great. Got the 2008 Hotbird RLC and the 2009 RLC Double Demon and the 2018-70 Chevy Blazer Collector's Edition for Easter. Oh, nice. Congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. Those are awesome. So those are some awesome castings for sure. Especially that Double Demon, man. Let's see. I don't know if you have a. I don't know if you have an Instagram. I don't know if you have a Instagram, an Instagram account. Like if you wouldn't mind sharing pictures with me, and whoever wants to tune in, I already left the link here. Let me drop it again. Whoever wants to hop in and hang out with me, that'll be cool. That'll be very cool. But yeah, Mr. McCottwheels, congratulations on those awesome castings, man. Very cool. Collector's Redlines, what's up with you, man? How's it going with you? Anything good? Seven people on the stream. That's awesome. I don't know who they are. There seems to be a little bit of a lag. It would be cool to know who's on the stream so that I could say hello to you properly and chat it up. But yeah, man. It's been pretty dead over here. It's been I don't know anything exciting to show you guys. So it would defeat the purpose of me going to the store and showing you guys cars over and over again. Yes, I've already seen that stuff, so there's no point of me, uploading content. You're not going to see anything new and exciting. So hopefully soon. Like I said, I'm expecting some cool packages from Amazon and that mystery. Well, actually, it's going to be two mystery boxes because my friend Andre said that his cat or his cats decided to bless the box where he originally put my stuff in. So he had to unpack everything and put everything in separate boxes because I guess there was a lot of stuff. He's sending me a lot of stuff. So I don't know what it is. Again, it's a mystery box, but I can't wait to get it, man, and show you guys what I got from him. I'm pretty sure that whatever it is, it's gonna be awesome. So what else is new with you guys, man? Talk to me, guys. Sorry to sound like a broken record here. Like a friend. Collector's Redlines. Diecast Creations, what's up, brother? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Says, hey, brother, still in the hospital, so can't stay long, but oh man, don't worry about it, dude. Congratulations. Just do what you got to do. I appreciate you, stopping by really quick. Yeah, man. Hopefully everything goes well with you and Amanda, man. I'll be praying for you guys. Mr. McCockles is saying congratulations to Jay's Diecast Creations. And man, definitely, pray for him and his girlfriend Amanda. They're I believe they scheduled a C-section to have their babies delivered. So by all means, pray for them, wish them well. sure everything's going to go well, but it doesn't hurt. The extra is not going to hurt. So let's see what else. Oh man. J Hot Wheels says congratulations, Jay. Jay says thank you, brother. And 6 weeks early, they're all doing well. Nice. Oh, okay. Well, okay. So they're already. Oh, okay. Well, wow, man. I'm glad everything turned out fine. Yeah, man. I mean, get ready for some restless nights, man. At least for the first, I don't know, 2 3 months until they get acclimated to their new environment and everything. So, yeah, man. Congratulations. I'm glad everything worked out. Mr. McCockle says buffering. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of have been having some issues with StreamYard. I don't know what's going on, man. They claim to be the best and in the business when it comes to stream, but that's not true. Everyone that I've known uh, that has used StreamYard has had an issue of some sort. So I think that's one of their ways of implying to us that we should upgrade to one of their paid subscriptions. J&J Hot Wheels says my sister's due early June. Oh, nice. Well, hopefully everything works out well for them, man. Skip's Diecast, what's up, brother? How's it going? Mr. Skip's Diecast has been beating me to the Corvette Super Treasure Hunt. Yeah, he and I we pretty much hunt at the same stores. Sometimes I can't get to the stores quick fast enough, and he beats me to them. But it is what it is. Early bird gets a worm. Mr. McCockle saying what's up to saying hey Skip. Superbird Diecast, I'm about to join. Okay, awesome, man. Superbird Diecast is coming on board. What's up, brother? How's it going? Welcome.
I'm good. How are you? Hope everyone's having a good Easter weekend.
Yeah, so far so good, man. I mean, we decided to stay home. I mean, our kids are pretty much grown already. They're not into that whole Easter hunt, Easter egg hunt anymore. So we just decided to just stay home and chill, watch some movies. Well, I'm going to be doing that a little bit later, but I decided to hop on and see what's up, say what's up to you guys, see how you guys are doing. I haven't hopped on in a while, so just wanted
Same.
to see how you guys are doing, man.
Yeah, I'm doing well. I got to get ready for my Easter dinner, so I thought I'd hop on, say hi to everybody quick too. And
Nice. Skip Diecast saying yo. Jace Diecast saying appreciate you, man. Okay, I'll spice up the life. What car would you like to see made by Hot Wheels that hasn't been made? Uh, that's a good one, man. What car? Ooh,
hmm,
that's a tough one, man.
that is tough.
Um, I don't know, man. Can you
Yeah,
think of something right off the bat? I can't think.
no,
That's a
me
tough one,
neither.
man. Yeah, definitely get back to you on that one, brother. Yeah, I can't think of a car of such a car right off the top of my head right now. Need to do a little bit of research on that one. Red Room Diecast, what's up? Happy Easter, Big A. And hello to everyone. HSNE, okay, local, okay. I'm gonna get those because this is an English stream, live stream. Superbird, Jace Diecast saying, what's up to good old Superbird?
How are you
Yeah,
doing,
man,
Jay?
that's a yeah, yeah. Jay just shared with us that his two angels were 6 weeks early. So just telling him that he and Amanda are going to have their hands tied for at least the first few months. At least until they get uh, acclimated to their new environment and stuff. You know, once a baby or babies are out of the mama's pouch, it's a whole different ball game for both parents. So yeah,
but,
man.
but congratulations to Jay and Amanda, and I hope
Yeah,
everything goes well. Our prayers are out to you, brother.
absolutely, absolutely. Look at this one, Mister. Come on, Mister McCockle. The car I'd like to see is my dad's truck. I don't know how to show it to you, but how to show it to you is, but I can't say model because it's a complete custom. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
you know
I can
what,
think
Jay?
of a
What?
car.
Oh, which one?
I'm thinking maybe like if Hot Wheels made a 2000 Porsche Boxster,
Ah, there you go.
and the reason for that is actually that's what my grandfather owned, and it's a really nice car. I know Matchbox is making a car almost identical to it, but it's not quite the same car. It's a 911 instead of a Boxster.
Nice. JDC says, thank you guys. With love. Mr. McCockle says, it's also in the shop, not at home. Oh, okay. Solid Tuning saying, what's up from Spain? How's it going, brother? Saludos, amigo. Ya tenía rato de no verte. Yeah, man, it's funny how it's fun to have a audience from all over, man. I mean, it's just kind of hard to to hold a live stream and be reading and translating messages. That's why I try to accommodate everybody. I'll have a Spanish live stream one time, and then the next one I'll do it in English. That way, everyone's happy. I have complaints when I was doing it before. I don't know if I shared that story with you, Superbird.
Oh,
No.
no, I don't think you
Oh,
have actually.
yeah, yeah. Back when I was you know pretty much catering to everybody on the same stream. People were getting confused. They didn't know who was asking the question, who I was answering to, and it not only did it get very overwhelming, but it was just getting confusing for everybody. And then I had eventually I had some unhappy subscribers, complaining. They didn't post anything on the comments during the live chat, but they did hit me up later, like in one of my videos or something, and just making threatening to unsubscribe from my channel. If I didn't make up my mind and this and that. And I'm like, look, dude. I mean, I've made it very clear. I have a dual audience, and I try to be accommodating to everybody. Nobody likes to lose subscribers for sure. But I mean, if you're putting that out there from the get go, and people don't respect that, then I don't know what else to say. It is what it is.
Yeah, really. Like honestly, I think it's really cool that you could speak two languages. That you're bilingual. It's awesome. I think
Yeah,
that's impressive. That's something I want to do someday.
yeah, yeah. I would love to learn how to speak French, or and even Italian. If I dominate those four languages, that would be awesome. Italian, Spanish, English, and French.
Yeah, French is definitely one I wanted to learn, but honestly, I kind of regret not trying at in French at school now. Looking back at it, but
Yeah, yeah, that's what happens sometimes. We have the opportunities before us, and we don't take advantage. When we have them, we're like, I don't need to learn how to speak another language. I'm good. And then you grow up and you come to regret it. JDC says, make a video, Mister McCockwheels. You know what, JDC? Why don't you just put together a rat car, dude? Just put together a rat car. You know how there's rat bikes out there. Just put together a rat car. A car made up with different parts and parts with different makes and models of cars. That would be awesome. Oh, that's a sweet casting right there. That's one of my favorites. That's from B case. Could have been A case.
B case. We just seen
Yeah,
a B case drop here the other day at our grocery stores.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The white walls are nice on it.
You know how sometimes they carry over like a
Yeah,
lot of the heavy hitter cars carry from one case to another. And you know, now that they're showing that one, I don't know if you've seen the variant. It's coming out. I think it's going to be
gold.
in H or yeah, I think it's going to be gold. Looks
Yeah,
awesome.
that's one I've been looking forward to as well. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward.
I think Ministry of Diecast showed it. Solid Tuning says, okay, I'm going to translate this real quick. He says that he has a party going on, watching my. He has a blast watching our my live streams. I don't see how, but especially when they're in English, because he's from Spain. He doesn't speak. He might understand English. I don't know if he does or if he doesn't, but amigos, se te agradece de todo corazón. Esta vez me tocó hacer el directo para mis amigos aquí en el, que solo hablan inglés. El directo pasado lo hice en español, pero gracias, me da gusto que estés aquí. So just, just pretty much give him a shout out, letting him know that I appreciate him. And, the previous live stream I held was in Spanish. Unfortunately, all of our schedules you know, are all over the place. So it's hard for everybody to be at our streams at any given time. So it is what it is. GDC says, okay, gotta go. No problem, GDC. Go take care of your babies, man. We understand.
All good.
All good.
Congratulations.
Gibbs Diecast says, sorry for catching anything. Like, what? Wait, what? Oh, no. Mr. McCockle says, bye, Jay. And congratulations to GDC from our buddy, Justin, aka Skycast. Yeah, man. I mean, good old Skippy keeps beating me to the supers, man. Oops, he found two Corvettes um, recently, actually, and like, darn it,
Man, he's
it is.
lucky.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
That's one of my favorite supers of the year, and that's one I'm gonna be looking hard for. Honestly, I have a
Yeah.
video idea if I get one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, man. That one. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up buying it only because it's one of the castings I'm looking forward to for this year. Yeah, that's a sweet casting. I mean, the main line is awesome. Let alone the super. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably just end up buying it because at this point I don't think I'm gonna find it. So yeah, it's
It's
hard,
always
man.
when you least expected. Trust me.
Maybe.
Family
Yeah,
Dollars or Dollar Trees.
yeah. I have been. I've been lucky as far as finding cases. Like when employees are just cracking them open and putting them on the pegs. But yeah, they've all been duds. As a matter of fact, Skip Diecast was with me at a Target. I was there. It was one of the few times that I beat him to that one Target. I was there. I was about 10 or 15 minutes earlier than he was, and they had already Target employee had already pushed out the U-boat, and I believe Justin asked the employee, "Hey, I mean, did you guys get any Hot Wheels?" And the employee lied to him at first. He's like, "No, we didn't get any." And I told him, he's full of it. Come follow me. So I showed him, and it's like, look, there's a box. I'm just waiting for him to to put it out because I don't like to ask, man. I mean, I just like to wait. I'm sorry, I like to wait for employees to put stuff out. I don't like to bother because my understanding is that they only give them a certain amount of time to put everything out there, and I don't want to disrupt them for what they're doing. I don't want them to get in trouble. Plus, then I get the sense that if I ask, I feel like I'm not really finding them. I feel like I'm asking for them. So I don't know. That's to each his own. but I don't like asking. I don't like taking cases from U-boats or pallets or none of that stuff. But
Yeah.
to each his own. To each his own. We all handle our business differently. I believe Mustang Hunter is has the same mentality. He doesn't roll like that either. But again, to each his own. I'm not hating. Mr. McCallville says if you look up Eric McNeil Brutus on YouTube, you can find my truck. Okay, cool. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Skip Digest says, sorry, bud, I got super lucky. Yeah, you did. You got double super lucky. No, but it is what it is, man. I mean, it's you know, just hang on to that spare vet. If I find if I happen to find a super treasure hunt, a duplicate of a super treasure hunt, maybe we could work out a trade like we did with let's see, I think I have it here. Like we did with this one. So I traded this one for the Shelby. That was the last super from last year. The Shelby Core, the red one. Yeah, he didn't find it, and I was lucky to find two of them. So I asked him, like, hey man, do you want to trade? It's like, yeah, man. So we got together, we met up, and we did the exchange, and I think we hit a couple of stores after that, and we didn't, we didn't find anything at the stores either. Oh, I take that back. We found I forgot the name of that set, and we found some cool premiums for the Honda 2000 and the Mitsubishi 2000. It's a bunch of JDM cars. Got the name of the set. But
Modern
yeah, that's
classics.
Modern Classics. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, that's all we found. We went there because we met at a Target, and then he was already in there, waiting for me. And that's the only thing that they put out on the pegs. And then from there we went to another Target, and they had nothing. They didn't get any Hot Wheels, so it is what it is. But at least at least I know if I want to trade, good old Justin is there for me. Skip Psycho says, yeah, definitely would love to trade. Yeah, yeah, that's awesome, man.
I was
Edward
about to
Griff.
say the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's the best. I mean, it's definitely better. It's better to trade than to buy them, or to try to. I don't know. Some people don't believe in trading. It's like, oh, I don't know what it is, and maybe their mindset's like, oh, I mean, if I struggle to go out there and find it, then why am I going to make it easier for you and just make a trade? I don't know, man. There's people like that, but again, it is what it is. I don't know what their logic or the reasoning is behind that, but what are we going to do, man? And yes, yes, it was a Modern Classics that we found. Liver Diecast, what's up, brother, from Missouri? How's it, Brandon?
Hey,
Let me put the
Brandon.
let me put the link up in case he wants to join. Yeah, we had a good time last time. Let's see. Yep, it was a Modern Classics. J&J clapping his hands. Skips Diecast. What up, LOD? Tony's Diecast Custom. Smash that like button for that chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, Tony, I have good news for you, brother. I found a set of red editions. Hit me up on Instagram, and I'll send them to you. Yeah, he was asking. I sent Mustang Hunter a couple of them. Unfortunately, I didn't find the bug at the time I sent it to him. I sent a couple of the red editions. I sent them the Corvette and the what's the other one, and the BMW. I sent two of one of each to Derek and one of each to Mustang Hunter. And Tony hit me up asking me if I had more. At the time, I didn't, and I told him that I would keep my eyes open for him, and luckily I did. So Tony, hit me up, and I'll send them to you, brother. Troy's Carts and Cars. What's up, brother? How's it going? If you guys don't know Troy, he's an awesome dude. He collects Hot Wheels, but I believe he collects mostly sports cars as well. Man, you're putting out some pretty heavy hitters there, Superbird. Look at that, man.
And finally, we just saw a fresh B case drop here a little while ago, and all cases were duds, unfortunately, with these. But there was plenty of treasure hunts, which I did take the treasure hunts. They're harder to find where I am.
Really?
So we have a few of these.
Oh, nice. That's from the Fast Foodie.
Yeah, a little quick bite. Oh, sorry, that's my dog in the background.
Yeah, no problem. Backstrong JDM3. Sup, Adrian? What's up, brother? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. It's all good. We have a Minshew. She's a half breed, half Maltese, half Shih Tzu.
Oh, there you go. That's cool.
So yeah, we understand the whole barking thing. We have to get her a collar because she would just bark our ear outs, man. I mean, it was like nonstop, woof woof woof. Like if she didn't get attention like right away, she would just bark and bark and bark. So we had to buy her a collar, to get her to calm down. And so far so good. It's been working.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Cool. Mr. Mahawk, I'm getting all tongue tied here. Mr. Hot Wheels says, I gotta go. Bye. See you later. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a good Easter. I appreciate it. Tony's Diecast Custom saying hello to everyone. And Boktrung and JDM3 says, what's up, Tony? Boktrung JDM3 twice now. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, brother. Got caught up talking to Superbird Diecast. Tony's Diecast Customs. Hey, bro, at Bach. Big Banana's in the house. What's up, brother? Australia likes your show and found gold La Troca. Nice. Awesome, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. Boktrong JDM3 is giving a thumbs up. Tony's Diecast Custom says, appreciate it, brother. No problem. We try to help if and when we can. It's not always possible, but especially when cars are exclusive to one particular store, they're hard to find. In this particular case, I got lucky, man. I mean, when I got there, somebody was gracious enough to leave one set behind. They had I think they put out I don't know, like 4 sets of those, and somebody scooped all but one set. So I was able to score that for you, brother.
Perfect.
At Skip Diecast, what's up, dude? Happy Easter. Everything okay with your dog over there?
Yeah, everything's fine. It was just they were playing. It just sounded a little more aggressive than it was.
Oh, nice. Do you have multiple dogs or?
Yeah, I have a lab and a beagle.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
they do enjoy playing. It sounded a lot worse than what it was.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, sometimes they don't like it when they get to too close to their food or their water, or if there's a chew toy that they love, don't like it when other dogs get too close to that. So, oh, look at that, man! I just picked that up yesterday. That I found that one in at a Walmart bin. You know how they got those holiday shippers, those big ones. So I picked that one. Yeah, I picked that one up, and I picked up the Fast and Furious one. So
the Charger.
Yeah, have you found that one?
No, I haven't found that one, but I was lucky enough that this was the one I found. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be on the look for that Charger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
It is.
Yeah, I'm a huge Fast and Furious guy, so especially muscle cars, man. I love my muscle cars.
Me too. Mopar
Oh,
especially.
oh, nice,
Mopar.
nice. Yeah, that's a cool one. That black and yellow one.
Yeah, this one's really nice with the wind. The purple windshield looks actually pretty decent with the lime green.
Yeah. Do you have the black and red one? The one that has the Hot Wheels decal on the side of the door. Do you have that one?
No, I don't think I do.
Uh,
No. But I do have the General Lee style one in this one.
okay. Hold on a second. Let me bring it so you can see it. Alrighty.
All right.
So here it is open.
Oh wow,
Yeah, this
that's
is really cool.
that's
Yeah,
clean.
yeah. This one came out in 20, and here it is. I like to keep one open and one sealed.
Same
So
here.
yeah. This was new for 2019. So here it is, man.
Yeah, no, I wish I had that one, but yeah, congratulations, that's clean.
Yeah, and then here's the charger.
The power of family.
Yes, sir.
Fast and Furious.
New for 2022. Yeah, so I definitely scored with this one and the time machine for sure.
There's that.
Oh, nice. Ooh, Jace.
Chaser. Square body.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
That was the last 164 scale M2 chase I found.
Uh huh.
Not that long ago, I did score this.
Oh, dude,
This
dude,
out of 500.
nice.
Yeah, so I've been pretty busy trying to revamp this little wall area and working on a shipper, and it's been pretty busy the last little while.
Nice.
Yeah.
Choice Cards and Car says saw two B cases that just dropped at local DG. Both dude, but I got some main. Oh, both duds, both duds. But I did get some main lines. The Gasser, the Beetle, the Pink Impala, very nice. Absolutely, yeah, those are very cool. Tony's Tony's Diecast Customs house peg hunting been it's been brutal, man. I haven't found anything that I haven't already shown on my videos. I've been lucky, as I shared earlier. I've been lucky to go to a store and find employees, putting up cars and stuff like that. But just duds. We're still stuck on EK here, so yeah, I can't wait for and most of them were carryovers from DKs anyway. So yeah, I think the only one that I was missing was the wagon. So I picked that one up. But yes, the vet I have not found, man. I've been striking out left and right. I haven't found a single super for 2022 thus far. So all you got to do is keep hunting them down. Black Trunk JDM3, cool DeLorean. Yes, absolutely, man. Skip Stack says, "What's up?" Backtong JDM3. Backtong JDM3 says, "Any good, Skip?" I don't know what he meant by that, but I'm assuming he meant anything good. Choice Carts and Cars says, "Are those Wiener monster trucks, Chase?" I believe that question is for you. Superwork says, "Oh, the other diecast is
No,
on the
I think
background."
they're both regulars. It's just like a card variant.
What's up, Brandon? How's it going, man?
Hey,
I'm
Brandon.
sorry, I had you on the back burner there. Been
That's
caught up
okay.
reading some messages and stuff, and Superbird showing off his monster trucks to us. Very, very gracious of him to do.
Sweet.
How's everything in Missouri?
Man, everything's okay in Missouri. It's a rainy, cloudy, cold day. So we had our family get together yesterday. So today I'm just kind of chilling, hanging out, and
Hmm.
seeing the opportunity to hop on. So figured I'd come on and say hello to you gentlemen.
Nice, nice. Well, we appreciate it, man. I mean, everyone's welcome anytime. Yeah, Brandon got lucky as well. He found two supers, the right, Brandon? Was it one or two?
Of what? Of which
The
casting?
the van from
Yeah, the
Diecast?
Dodge, the
Yeah.
the C case Dodge van.
Oh, C case. Okay.
C
Sorry, my
case.
bad.
That's okay.
Nice.
The Pixel Shaker was the regular. I actually did find a couple of those. I'm going to work out a trade with Derek. Oh, sorry about the glare. Over
Yeah,
at
nice.
Honest Diecast and get him one in his collection. But yeah, actually, it was crazy. I walked in Walmart right before closing, and I had forgotten my wallet. And
Uh
I found these two and had to hide them and run home real quick and grab my money and run back and get them. And
oh. Yeah.
that was probably the most nervous I've ever been on a hunt, man. I felt like somebody was definitely going to find my stash and take them, but nobody did. There was a couple of ladies that were stocking clothes, and I hid them in the men's jeans. And I thought maybe I thought maybe that one of those women had seen, saw me hide them there, and was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's not where they go," and go hang them back up on the pegs. And then I get back and they're gone, and somebody's found them. But I actually found those hanging on the front pegs. It was so weird because when I walked up, I saw some fresh Hot Wheels cases in another big box, and I could tell that they had just put them away. So I went ahead and
Yeah.
turned my camera on, and as I come around the corner, the treasure hunt and both supers were hanging
Ooh.
right there next to each other on the front pegs. I mean, I literally just walked in, grabbed them, and was like, "Wow, I can't believe
Yeah.
this."
Yeah. You took off like a
Crazy.
bandit. Took off like a
Yeah.
bandit. Didn't even look back, huh?
No. Well, and then I realized I'd forgotten my wallet, and I was like, "Man, what am I going to do? I'm not just going to leave these here."
Heck
So
no.
I
Hey,
don't
man.
usually hide stuff, but when I know I'm going to come back and get it, I will. I'll hide stuff in the store and go back the next day or something and pick it up. I
Yeah.
actually just did that for a friend. I found the fresh Johnny Lightning drop, which I want to share with you guys here in a few minutes. I ended up finding the White Lightning MG. A cool story behind this I
Oh
want to
yeah.
share. Uh,
Sure.
but there was a C10, and I've got a friend of mine, Lanny Floyd, good diecast homie that I met through social media and through my YouTube channel. He collects C10 pickups. He's a huge square body guy. So when I come across square bodies, I usually have him in my mind, hey, I wonder if he has that. So I found the purple. It was purple and had green flames on it. It was a Zinger. So it was jacked up in the back, had the real big tires and the skinnies in the front. Good looking truck, but not my thing. So I
Right.
contacted Lanny, and I couldn't get a hold of him. So I hid it, and I was like, well, if I don't talk to him within the next day or so, I'll go back and I'll put it back on the pegs. So he contacted me later on that evening, was like, man, I would love to have that. And I was like, I'm so glad that I hit it. So I ran back, I grabbed it, and I was like, hey, dude, sent him a picture, like, look what I grabbed for you. He was super
Nice.
excited, makes me feel good. Laney has sent me some awesome stuff. He acquired the last year the Honda Civic Type R, the HKS livery. I was really, really wanting that in my collection. He's an over the road truck driver, so he sees a lot of different stores and stops and goes in. And he got lucky enough to find it. He contacted me and was like, "Hey, I'm looking for this square body. If you have it, I'll trade you the super for it." And I ended up
Nice.
trading him the square body for the super and got it in the collection. Which I ended up finding another one of those later on myself, which was really cool because it's always fun to acquire them, but there is no feeling like finding it, in the wild.
Absolutely. Hey, Brandon, really
Yeah.
quick, bro.
Yes.
Remember I hit you up last year around Christmas time, and
You did,
I
and
told
and I
I
never
told
got I for some
okay,
reason you got lost in transition, and I never did get back. I ended up getting back with you like months later, I think.
yeah. So, anyways, this is what I wanted to send to your son.
Oh
I don't
wow.
I don't know much about this. I mean, I have two of these, so I'm gonna keep one, and I'm gonna send one to your boy. I don't know anything about these. I don't know how
Okay.
much they're worth. I don't know how much they're worth. I just hope that
Wow.
he doesn't have. I just hope that he doesn't have them. I hope that he's not around because I want to send it to you, and you give it to him whenever, and if and when you see fit. If he's doing good in school, or I don't know
Very generous.
how you
Yeah,
do it, but
I homeschool my
yeah, man.
son. Um, so
Oh, okay.
I'm a son's learning coach. I'm a stay-at-home dad, so that's what I do is I stay home, homeschool my son. He has I don't share this with a lot of people, but my son has very, very bad anxiety issues. Um,
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Sometimes, and that's why I get him out with me to try to get him to go on the hunts and stuff with me to get him out. Most of the time, it's a struggle to even get him out of the car to go in the store with me. So when he does, you do see him on camera. It's a very positive feeling for me because I feel like I'm trying to get him out, and try to get over this. And I don't know if it's something that he'll ever get over or not, talking to the doctors and stuff, but hopefully we're staying positive and eventually he works past it and gets through it. But um, he is a Pokemon fanatic. Like he knows about Pokemon like I know about Hot Wheels, and I don't
Nice.
know a lot about Pokemon at all. So when I buy him a pack here and there, most of the time he doesn't pull anything good. But when he does, I'm well aware of it. And it's almost, I can see the feeling in him where it's like I found a super, he just found a super in a Pokemon card. You know what I mean? And
Oh, nice.
I don't know what the Pokemon card is, but he does. He can tell you about it and what it is and what set it's from, and kind of like we know the cases, he knows the sets, and so I'm glad that he's into something. Um,
Right.
and it's even though it's not necessarily Hot Wheels, he will go on hunts and stuff with me. But his thing really is the Pokemon. So that's very generous of you, Adrian.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah. No.
appreciated.
No problem. No problem. Like I said, hit me up on Instagram. Send me. We'll exchange info, and I'll get that over to you.
I'll do it. Much appreciated.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, man. So, my son, my youngest, was also homeschooled for a period of time. I think for the first 3 or 4 years, and my wife was his learning coach, and he learned. He just became very responsible. Once he decided that he was ready to go to a regular public school. I mean,
Yep.
he was awesome. I mean, we didn't have to be on him to do his homework. Nothing, man. I mean, he does. I mean, to this day, I mean, he does everything on his own. We don't have to ask him. We keep getting compliments from his teacher. He's doing
That's
very well
awesome.
in school. He's an honor roll student, and we couldn't be proud of him, man. I mean, he's just
That's
awesome.
awesome. How old is he?
Yeah,
How old is your son?
he'll be 18 in on the 25th actually of this month.
Nice. Yeah, my son is 10. Our goal, and he knows our goal, is to get him into summer school this summer in a public school setting to try to help transition into fifth grade in full time public schools. I think that's really important. It's going to be key for him to transition into middle school. I think if he waits and if I keep doing homeschooling with him and then just throw him into middle school, I feel like it's going to be a big shock to him. I think fifth grade in a public setting with peers his age will be perfect for him to help
Hmm.
transition into the middle school. So, talking to his doctors and stuff, we've got a plan. We're going to try to stick to it, and hopefully everything goes smooth. We're keeping our fingers crossed. So,
Absolutely. Super Diecast says he's got to go, brother. Yeah, he says he's got Easter dinner with his family. So thank you for stopping by, man.
see
Hope
you,
Happy
you.
Easter,
Superbird.
guys.
Happy Easter, my friend. Enjoy the time with your families and enjoy that wonderful food.
Sounds good. I'll try
Absolutely.
to tune in and comment a little bit later if you guys are still going. And I'll see you guys next time. happy Easter, stay safe, and I wish you all the best of luck hunting. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to both of
Oh,
our wonderful guests.
thank you.
And
And to Super Bird as well.
peace.
Absolutely.
Peace.
All right, man. Yeah, such an awesome guy. He's always
Yeah,
very supportive of everybody. So yeah, let's
absolutely.
see. Gwen, I didn't mean to ignore you. Still looking for that time machine. He says, "Welcome to the channel. I don't remember seeing you around. I know so many people. It's hard to keep up with so many names and faces. So, welcome to the stream and welcome to the channel. Appreciate you stopping by." So yeah, man, Brandon, I think you're doing the right thing. Yeah, it's definitely got to be gradual. Because then it'll
Yeah.
be like a total culture shock for him. Like, oh, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't want to overwhelm him. I don't want him to get a negative feeling. Hopefully, he has days where he's really excited. He wants to go to the back, to public school, and then he has some days where he's like, man, I don't really know, but I think it's going to be good for him. I really do. He's a social kid. He plays with the kids in the neighborhood. They ride their bikes. They play basketball, tag. So I think I think it's going to be perfect for him. I really do, and I think it's going to open him up and help him kind of blossom into a good young man. I hope. So we'll
oh,
see.
definitely. I mean, look at yourself. I mean, you're a great man yourself.
Well,
So
I appreciate that, Adrian. I really do.
I'm sure.
I wasn't always a good young man. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I was smart enough to learn from them. My grandpa told me as a young man, if you make mistakes, that's okay. If you don't learn from your mistakes, that's not okay. So I've been lucky enough to learn from my mistakes and move past them and keep going and kind of, I'm 42. I look back and go, man, where did the time go?
hmm
Um, and my grandpa also told me that, one day you'll look back and go, where did the time go? And as I get older, I look back and go, man, my grandpa really knew a lot. He was a smart
Yeah.
man, and he was trying to prepare me for life, and he did. And as I go along, I go, yep, I remember him saying that. Yep. So
Yeah. It's part of everyone's journey. I mean, we wouldn't be who we are, if we didn't experience, all those ups and downs. I mean, yeah. I mean,
true.
we've all. So the important thing is, I mean, what's key here is that you actually, if you make a mistake, you learn from it and you move on. But I mean, if you keep making the same mistake over and over and over again, then
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Well,
not gonna
if you
get you.
keep
That's not gonna
that
get you
and that,
anywhere, man.
yeah, that's right. And a wise man once said, life is hard, and it's even harder if you're dumb. If you can't, if you keep making the same mistakes over and over and over, your life's just going to be, that much harder. So,
Very true.
yeah. So Adrian, can I share a really cool story with you?
You could share anything you want.
Okay. So, a few days ago, I think it's been 3 or 4 days, I visited my local disappointment, the Walmart closest to my house. And I noticed that they had got some new Johnny Lightnings.
Nice.
And I'm not a huge MG fan. I told a little story on the hunt video about my first real boss out of high school, John. He was the owner of Columbia Mitsubishi. It was a Mitsubishi dealership. Got to see some really
Oh,
cool
nice.
cars, drive some cool
Oh,
cars.
I bet.
3000 GT, twin turbo, all wheel drive VR4s,
Ooh,
the Eclipses, the GSTs, the GSXs. I was the recon manager, so I did paint and detail. I was the head charge of, detailing the cars. If someone came in and bought a car, we detailed it before it left. And then we also had customers bringing in cars for us to detail. And I was
nice.
lucky enough to build a pretty solid name for myself. So I actually had people bringing Chevys and, not just Mitsubishis, but other cars to us to detail them and clean them up as well. Fun
Nice.
job. But John owned a butterscotch MG. I don't know what year it was. I'm not a huge British car guy.
Right.
But every Friday in the summer, John would come back about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and he would throw me the keys to the MG, and he would say, run down and fill it up for me. And so
Wow.
I would take the gas card and the MG, top down. I was 19, 20. I was living it up. I was working at a
Right.
dealership, had an awesome boss. And he would let me drive it down, and I would gas it up for him, and then he would drive it all next week, and then I would do the same the next Friday. Some Fridays I would even go down to his lake house and clean his boat up for his family. So when they got down on Friday night, the boat was clean, it was ready to go, and he took very, very good care of me. But so that was part of the story with this car. I was going to leave it hanging, and at first I didn't even know it was a White Lightning. I had actually picked it up, looked at it on video, hung it back up, walked away. And something told me, I was like, man, that MG looked weird. It looked a little different than the ones that I saw at Target the week before.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Before I leave, I'm just going to make a quick trip around, and I'm going to check it out again. So I'm glad I did, because I noticed that it had the white base in the tires. I'm like, this is a White Lightning. So I was like, I'm not a huge MG fan, but I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to grab it because it's a chase. And, that's all I've been collecting lately. So I haven't been bringing home a lot of stuff because of that. So when I do find a chase, I bring it home and add it to the collection.
Nice.
So I picked it up and I posted, I can't remember what social media network I posted it on or platform. It was one of my Facebook groups, I believe. But I had a guy reach out to me, and he was like, hey, that's a very cool car. That's my brother's car. And I was like, your brother's car? I was like, what? So is your brother a race car driver, or what do you mean by that? And he goes, well, if you look on the front fender, it says Jeremy Morin. So I was looking on the front fender of it, and I was like, man, yeah, it says Jeremy Morin. He said, that's my brother. I was like, really?
No way.
And he said, so Jeremy Morin is the founder and president of the first and only Johnny Lightning sanctioned, sponsored diecast racing league in the U.S.
Wow. That's awesome.
So he told me, he's like, I'm going to reach out to so I told him, I was like, it would be really cool to get this autographed by your brother.
Heck yeah.
He goes, let me get back with you. So about an hour later, I get a Facebook request from this guy. He sends me a private message, like, hey, I got in contact with my brother. Is it okay if I give him your contact? And he'll get in touch with you. And I was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Sure. So about 30 minutes later, I get a Facebook request from his brother, Jeremy Morin. And I end up having an extensive conversation with him. Super nice gentleman. Just sent me pictures of their racetracks, their setup, their banners, their trophies, all this stuff. And so I was like easing into the autograph thing, because I think it would be really cool, to have it autographed. There's a perfect spot right here on the back where it could be autographed. So I was like, you know what? So I was like, I'm going to take a chance. I was like, hey, is there any chance that I could send this to you? I'll pay for the shipping there and back, just to have you autograph it. It's a cool story. I'd like to have your autograph on the car in my collection any way that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, he says. I would be honored to autograph that for you.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, oh, wow. So he sends me a message about 5 minutes later, and he goes, would it be okay if I have a picture of me autographing it and just send you that picture with it too? And I was like, absolutely, thumbs up. Yes, this is just getting better and better.
Right.
And so he sends me another message, and he's like, well, actually, Johnny Lightning had some special stickers made for me for my racing league. And if you want me to, I can add one of those stickers in as well.
Oh,
and I was like, your generosity is just out of this world. Like, I can't tell you how thankful I am for you to first, take the time to even, send me a friend request, to take the time to even message with me back and forth, to autograph it, to take the picture, to send the sticker. Like, really, so it's an awesome story. I can't wait to send it to him. So he ended up sending me some more pictures. It hasn't been released yet, but there's going to be a light baby blue color variation of this released.
Nice.
This is version A, and version B will be the light blue. Well, they sent him both of the mainline red and blue variations, and they sent him both of the White Lightnings in both color variations. So he was sending me pictures of that, and he was like, check this out. Look what I got. I was like, man, that is so cool. So,
dude,
in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to get this bad boy sent off to him, get it autographed, get the picture, get the sticker, and I'll be doing a video of it. I'll be sharing with everybody because I'm so, I'm so grateful. But I think it's so cool, that the diecast community is very generous and giving. You know, for him to just be like, yeah, I'll sign it. I'd be honored to. And I'll throw in a picture and a sticker, and for nothing. He never asked for anything, nothing for trade, nothing for doing it, no money. He just said, I'll do it. I'd love to. I'd be honored. So I'm telling you guys, to be in this diecast community, be a part of it. I feel privileged, and I'm very thankful, very grateful um, of the generosity in this community.
Oh, you're welcome, man. You much deserved. You're a great guy. It's like I've told people before. I'm not. I don't believe in giveaways because then I feel like people are just following you to see what they could get out of you.
Sure.
But if I network with a lot of good people, and I've given away a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to people who I feel deserve it. And because they know that they're there to support you. Honestly, not because
Yep.
they're to see what they could get out of you.
Sure.
So, there's a few people that I would love to send some stuff, but they're underage, and you know how that thing goes with that doesn't fly
Yep.
with YouTube. So,
Yep.
I mean, I'm not even gonna name names, but yeah, that's a big no-no for YouTube. If I don't want to, put myself in that predicament, but
Yep.
if I could, I would. But yeah, that's why this I'm sending to you.
That's
And then
awesome, man.
yeah, like I said, I have no clue. You know, I don't know anything about these. I'm pretty sure some of them are cool.
Do you know what set those are? Like, are those? Do you know are those old or new or?
No, these are fairly new. I bought them
Okay.
yeah, I bought them last year, so I'm
Okay.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure your boy will know absolutely
Yeah,
everything there is.
he will. He'll open it up and he'll go, "This is from such and such set, and this one, this is good, and this is good." And yeah, he knows his Pokemon stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
Way better than I do.
yeah. So anyways, I just I decided to not go into that rabbit hole. I'm like, you know what? I already have all this Hot Wheels. I don't want to fall into another rabbit hole. So I'm like, rather, just send it out to somebody that really is going to enjoy it and
Well, he
appreciate it a
will.
lot more than me. So
He will. I
yeah,
appreciate that. That's awesome, Adrian. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
yeah, no problem, no problem. And like I said, I would have sent it out to you last year around Christmas time, but unfortunately things happen, but
Yep.
I still saved it for you, man. It's right here.
That's awesome.
And
Cool.
it,
Much
yep,
appreciated.
no problem, man. Anytime. So yeah, man, that's a very cool story. It's kind of aka Dawson Man Diecast would flip if he heard this story. It's kind of like him with the owner of Bree. What's his name? Brandon or Brock, Mr. Brock or whatever. How he's fascinated by
Yes.
yeah,
Yep. I've heard
yeah,
that story. Yep.
yeah, yeah. So he would flip if he heard this story. I mean, he's going through some issues right now with his father, and he hasn't been
Yep.
active lately. But we respect his space, and every once in a while I'll text him, see how he's doing, and
Yep. I actually, it's
vice
funny you
versa.
say that. I just reached out to Dotson Man yesterday. I sent him a private email, just checking on him. I hadn't heard from him, hadn't seen anything. I know his father was going through some health issues and stuff, and he's freshly married, and he's got his detail business going, and his YouTube channel, and his dad was having issues. So, life gets tough. And it's okay to check in on people every now and then. I don't want to invade
Yeah,
his space or his privacy, but he sent me a little short message back. Hey, everything's good. Life, da 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 da. And I completely understand, but it's good to know that he's doing okay and everything's good. And I think his dad is doing well again. So that's a positive piece as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely. I posted when he first posted made it public, about his father being in the hospital and stuff like that. I posted a prayer on the community post, just
Yep.
and and thankfully everything worked out. I believe he's already home. He's recovering
Yep.
quickly. So that's I'm very happy. I'm very happy. That
Yep.
everything is going according to God's plan because ultimately that's what it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
I
So I
do.
It's a rainy day here in Missouri. I mean, it's pouring pretty good outside. It's gray and cloudy and cold. So I'm having a cup of coffee. I uploaded a racing video this morning, Ladder Wars King of the 573. Derek from Honest Diecast was taking on the ladder this week in the 85 Honda CRX. And I'm a huge Honda fan, so I was excited to see the Honda hit the track. So if you haven't watched the race, be sure and check it out and see if Honest Diecast made the ladder or not. Did he make it? Did he make it onto the ladder? I don't know. We'll have to see.
We'll wait and see. Nice.
Wait and see. Yeah, we'll have to get you in the driver's seat, Adrian. We'll have to get you in a car so you can take on Ladder Wars.
All right, no problem.
Every now and then I'll go live and I'll have a little group of cars that I'll put up, and it's just whoever comments first gets the car. I also have people who build cars and send those in too, and actually one of them that is a custom build from Homesteading Northern Michigan. It's the Space Jam band. He's doing very, very well. So, and there's a couple of stock cars on the ladder that are just fast right out of the package as well too. So I know David from Big Daddy Diecast. He's sending a older Lumina Stalker with some Ultra Hots on it. And dude, that thing, the first week, it'd been in that package for 27 years, and I cracked it open and stuck it on the track and raced it. And it didn't do that well. I really had high expectations for it because of the wheel combo on it. Mm-hmm. And the next weeks, that thing come to life, and it went. I think it went all the way to the top of the ladder and battled with Homesteading Northern Michigan's van. So that was pretty exciting to see that. But definitely some exciting racing. I don't get a lot of views on my racing videos, but I enjoy doing it. It's something that I enjoy doing, and editing the video and uploading it. And, for the people who do enjoy it, they get to watch it every Sunday. So it's fun, keeps me out of trouble, and gives me something to do. The hunting around here isn't good right now. I'm waiting on the new Deutsch Designs premium set to drop. Still nothing on that. I'm waiting for the F case to drop at Target. Still nothing on that. I've got to get my hands on that EK Civic, the little golden nugget.
Yeah,
that's really my grail for this year. If I find that, I'll be happy. I don't know what gas prices are in California right now, but gas prices are almost $4 a gallon here in Missouri, and my hunting has slowed down. If I was, if I was having successful hunts finding stuff, I would probably put more effort into it. But right now, I've been finding a lot of fresh stuff. My son and I found 2 mini dump bins at Walmart, the 192 car count, little mini dump bins that go on the shelf. Both of those were duds. No supers in those. We've loaded with pixel shakers, but no supers for us. We've found 3 B cases at the Dollar Trees, dud cases, no BMW super. Lots of cool castings and stuff, but when you're not collecting main lines, and I admit it's hard. There's a lot of cool main lines that I want to buy and bring home, but I have to limit myself. So in order to limit myself, I told myself, if it's a chase, a treasure hunt, or a super, I'm bringing it home. If it's a main line, I've got to leave it. Unless I pick up a main line for, I did pick up, like the 55 main line that I did a custom on. If I'm going to do a custom on it, I'll pick up one. And what I've been thinking about is these customs that I do, these little wheel swap and details that I'm doing. They're not that intricate, but they're pretty cool. Like this right here was a super ugly car. It was a clown car, but I did a wheel swap on it, and this thing looks great in my opinion. And what I want to do is just every now and then, I'm going to go through my comments. I'm going to pick somebody out, contact them, and just send them a little package with a little liver diecast custom in it, and they can put it in their collection and have it forever and hope they appreciate it. But other than that, I'm not picking up any main lines. I'm just going to leave them for other people and try to limit my collection to I want to fill a room full of chases and supers and treasure hunts. So.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to start doing that as well. I think I'm gonna stick with maybe 1 or 2 genres of the regular mainlines, like the JDM stuff, and maybe the American Muscle. But I said to myself, you know what? If I can't find the supers, I'm not gonna pay this crazy amount of money. I'd rather put that money on the RLT stuff. You know?
Yeah. And see, I haven't gotten into the RLC. I've just heard so many horror stories stuff. And I'll be honest with you, you know, 20, 25, 30, 35, $40 a car is just, it's out of my price range. I just can't afford it. You know, I'm really looking for those dollar supers. You know, I can
Oh
afford
yeah.
it. And I like them. You know, so for years, you know, I started collecting Hot Wheels when I was 18 years old. I started working at that automotive dealership. There was a parts manager who was a Hot Wheels fanatic, and he had a shop at a flea market or something. So he always had a trunk full of Hot Wheels. And I'll never forget the first time he was like, "Brandon, come over here and check this out." I was like, "Okay." I played with Hot Wheels as a kid, but not, you know, from the time I was probably 12 until I was 18. I didn't play with Hot Wheels. You know, I was in the shop, you know, watching my uncle and his friends work on real cars, and so that's what we were
Right.
doing. But I went over there, and the first Hot Wheels I bought was it was a 124 Volkswagen drag bus, and the top, you know, lifted up like a funny car, and all the engine details were done. And I gave him $20 for it. I was like, man, this is the coolest thing ever. And then every time I went to Walmart from that point, I was in the Hot Wheels section. I was buying Hot Wheels. Um, my wife and I, when we built our first house, I had a room dedicated to my Hot Wheels. I had a bed that was done in Hot Wheels, had the Hot Wheels comforter, pillowcases, curtains. I had pegboards up on the wall. This was before I even had a YouTube channel or even knew what YouTube was. Um, and I collected pretty hot and heavy. My thing was complete sets. So if there was a set that had, you know, 34 cars in it, I wanted to get every single one of those 34 cars. And so that's what I did. I really didn't even know what treasure hunts were. I didn't know what super treasure hunts were, had no idea. So 10 years later, my first daughter came along and Hot Wheels were out the door. I put all my Hot Wheels up and I focused on my daughter, and that was my world.
Right.
And then I had a son 4 years later, and you know, my kids were my Hot Wheels. They were my hobby. That's what I focused all my attention on. When COVID hit,
Oh
my
man.
son and I, we ripped out all my Hot Wheels. We set up racetracks. We started racing them. We started opening them. At that point, I still didn't know what a treasure hunt or super was. So as I started watching YouTube 3D bot maker, I had joined some Hot Wheels groups on Facebook. I quickly learned that there was treasure hunts and super treasure hunts, and I was like, man, that'd be really cool to actually find one of those. You know, now that I know that they exist. At that time, I didn't even know how to tell like what case they were from or any of that. So I started getting on just Google, you know, and looking up, you know, how to tell what a super is, how to tell what a treasure hunt is. And then I found these lists. And so I would take screenshots of the list, put them in my photo gallery. And when I went in the store, boom, I knew what I was looking for. And I'll never forget, I was in Dollar General and there was two ladies stocking Hot Wheels. And they were like, can we help you? And I was like, actually, I'm here to look at Hot Wheels. And they were like, well, here, we're putting them up right now. And so I forget what case it was, but the first treasure hunt I ever found hanging on the pegs was that green Camaro with the big Trap 5
Oh
wheels. Good
yes.
looking car. I think it was 2018 Camaro or something like that. And those ladies were so happy that I was so happy because you know, it wasn't even a super. It was just a regular treasure hunt. But I was like, oh my gosh, I found my first regular treasure hunt. This was before I was even, you know, filming. I didn't even have a channel or anything. I was just hunting Hot Wheels.
Right.
At the time, I was real big into racing them. So I would go out and find castings, take them home and race them, see what the fast ones were, mod them, and send them off to racetracks. Which right now, I've still got several cars out in current races that are happening right now that I'm doing well in. So I get to watch those on YouTube as well. But when I found that first treasure hunt, I was hooked. I was like, man, I need to find more of these. And then I started, my buddies on my face group were calling me the regular treasure hunt king because I was just finding regular treasure hunt after regular treasure hunt. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then one morning, Friday morning, I walked into Dollar General and I walked to the Hot Wheels, and that, I think it was M case, 65 Ford Galaxy. That one right
Wow.
there, the green one.
Okay.
was hanging on the front pegs. I walked in, I picked it up, and I was like, OMG, I found my first super treasure hunt ever. And the guy came around the corner. He's like, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm just really excited. I found something really cool that I've been looking for. And he was like, well, I heard you at the register. And I was like, I'm sorry, but it was so funny. He laughed and I left that day so excited. And from that day on, I have just been absolutely hooked to finding the treasure hunts and those super treasure hunts. I mean,
Yeah.
and that feeling is I think the feeling I get when I find it is actually better than finding it. I mean, better than the actual car itself. The feeling is what I'm chasing. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it's an awesome feeling. I mean there's nothing like it, but unfortunately, now with social media and stuff like that, it's been getting harder and harder. And partially we are at fault because as content creators, like, oh look, this is where you could find
yeah,
the super treasure hunts and stuff like that.
yep.
I mean everybody talks about it's funny how everybody talks about, oh, the scalpers and the pallet raiders and this and that. But no one stops and thinks that we're partially at fault at that. We contribute to that
We're
because
helping
we show.
drive it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're helping.
yeah,
We're helping fuel the hobby, which I think it's good for the hobby. Here, I'm gonna tell you another cool story. Yesterday at Easter, my cousin's son, he's 11 years old. His name is Declan. I'm gonna give him a shout out because he might watch this. But I was telling my cousin about my YouTube channel. She was telling me that her son absolutely loves Hot Wheels, and I was like, you should have him check out my YouTube channel because it's PG. I don't cuss. It's clean. I don't market viewable for kids, but all my content is viewable for kids. It's clean. It's straightforward. I'm not trying to get anything. I'm just trying to spread the word about how cool Hot Wheels are and the diecast community. So she messaged me this morning and she goes, hey, I just wanted to send you a message. Declan is like absolutely hooked on your videos. He's been watching them all morning. He pauses them when he goes to the kitchen. He pauses them when he goes to the restroom. He's now watching a wheel swap video. Maybe he'll start watching your videos instead of watching video game stuff. And I was like,
nice.
that's really cool, and I said, I know my content isn't probably as exciting as the gamers YouTube video because I'm just a rookie, and she messaged me back and she goes, give yourself some credit. My son is actually hooked on your videos and he thinks it's really cool because he's related to you. He knows who you are and he's watching you on TV. And so if my videos can bring another youngster into our hobby and we can show those youngsters how to keep our hobby positive and keep it a wonderful community to be a part of,
Amen.
they're the future of our hobby, right? So let's do that. It
Right.
made me feel so good to hear that he liked watching my videos. That's awesome. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, man. If we could influence, the new generations to, to do something good with hobby, it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, as long as it's done right, it's done in a positive way, and that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Tony is saying that Tony Diecast Custom says, brother, if you have an Instagram, he has many Pokemon cards from the early '90s and 2000s. I'm pretty sure that's for you, Brandon. So
Sweet. Yeah, I do have an Instagram. I'll put it up here in the comments.
sure. What's up, Dre? How's it going, brother? I didn't mean to ignore you, man. Thanks for tuning in. I was just excited about the whole story behind that Johnny Lightning, White Lightning that Brandon found, which is wicked, man. Like I said, I mean, if these are the kinds of stories that Mark, aka Dalton Man Diecast, would love to hear. It's like this. He's fascinated with Daniel Brock from BRE. Awesome. Yep. Yeah, I believe he told a story. He had who was on there? Jason, aka Mustang Hunter. He was his guest at the time, and he told him the whole story. And it was a. I don't know if Mustang Hunter felt a little awkward because he did share a little story between that there was a little something to do with some cars. I guess Carol Shelby beat them to pick up some cars or something like that. So,
Yep,
anyways, I'm pretty,
correct.
and Mustang Hunter is a huge Ford guy, and you have the
Yeah.
Dotson man over here. So I don't know. It was cool. It was a cool. Either way, it was a cool story, and I'm pretty sure, But Jason's a pretty positive guy. I'm sure he, you know, I don't know if he what Mark said or not, but I'm pretty sure he appreciated the story.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Hey, a story is a story, right? And a story is not a story if you fudge it. So either way, it's a cool story. Was that kind of dirty of Carol Shelby? Yeah, but it's a cutthroat world out there, and I'm afraid to tell you that the nice guy finishes last. So, well, not necessarily because the guy ended up coming back and beating him, right?
Right,
And so he got to it, first, but in the long run, it bit him in the rear end, right?
right.
And that's what makes the story cool. What goes around comes around.
Yeah, he got
There's
the last
ups,
laugh.
there's ups and downs, and you have to roll with the flow through all of them. So, hey,
Yep.
Adrian, give me just a second. My phone's getting ready to die. I'm not ready to leave yet unless you're ready to kick me off. So I'm
No,
gonna
no,
go
no.
get my charger and plug it in, and I'll be right back. Okay, give me just a second.
Okay, no problem. No problem. What's up? What's up, Dane? How's it going, man? Gonna catch up with the messages here. Jeff Burnett saying what's up to Dane. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Yeah, Tony Diecast Customs. I believe he's gonna send you a message later, or actually, he's gonna post it. He's gonna post his Instagram address on the link in a little bit. So just hold on tight. Troy, have a good one, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Dane Self saying what's up to Jeff. Tony saying hello to Dane as well. All right, I'm going to skip the salutations and just going to stick to the questions. And let's see. Andre Cruz keeps me out of trouble. Brandon, what trouble? Yeah. Edward Grijalva, what's up, brother? I'm still lurking, gentlemen. Okay, cool. No problem, man. And Edward, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you as well. I mean, I was just, hooked on the story Brandon was sharing with us, man. So thanks for tuning in, man. We appreciate it. I'm pretty sure you're working on a custom or something. Zach Datcast Mansour. I used to limit myself on mainlines, but they've gotten so geared towards us collectors that they're actually cool now. So I get new models and THs. That's cool. Yeah, man. I mean, collect what you like. I mean, definitely don't collect what other people like, or don't follow trends or whatever. I mean, just because other people collect certain castings or certain models, it doesn't mean that you have to follow into their footsteps. Definitely stick with what you like. Hey, Brandon. Andres was asking. He said he's tripping out on that comment you shared with us. He says, keep me out of trouble. What trouble, Brandon? He says. Back when you were saying about the, collecting Hot Wheels and stuff like that. He's like, what
Yeah,
possible
it
in
always
his
helped me to have something positive to focus my efforts and energy on. If not, my mind wandered into stuff that maybe I shouldn't have been dallying in. So
Yeah, no, definitely it's therapeutic for me, man. I mean, I love going out there. Even I admit it can get depressing. It can get frustrating at times because you're not striking gold as much as you would like to. But hey, I
yeah,
mean, if you don't go out there and try, they're not going to come to you. So
that's right. Old man diecast, Pete. If you don't hunt, you don't find. Right. So
yep,
when I'm sitting at home and I'm thinking about that car that I really want to find, I'm going. I think of Pete saying, if you don't hunt, you don't find. You're not going to find it if you don't leave the house. And you're not going to find it. I had a guy comment, you're so lucky. I'm not necessarily lucky as I am persistent. And I've quit filming a lot of my hunts unless I find something cool because I just don't want to film You know, and I don't have anything against people who film peg hunts. That's fine. I love watching peg hunt videos, whether they find anything or not. But for me personally, I don't like editing and going through all the efforts. And, you know, if I don't find something cool, you know, if I find a super or a treasure hunt or a chase car, then I look forward to doing the video and the editing, and all that stuff. But
Yeah, yeah.
it is
Go,
tough. You know, when you, for myself, you know, I go hunting. There's a Walmart that's, you know, 3 miles down the road, and some
mhm,
days, well, every day, you know, Monday through Sunday, if I can, I try to go there at 6:30 in the morning when they open,
mhm.
and I try to go before they close. And if I have time, depending on what my son's schedule's like and how we are and where we are in the school, I can go on lunch break. So sometimes I can go to it 3 times a day. And
Nice.
even going there twice a day, every day, most weeks, I strike out 90% of the time. You know, so I can see how if you have to drive much further than that, it can be very discouraging and you don't go as often. But if you don't go every day, I hate to tell you, your chances are you're probably not going to find the good stuff. And I know that's frustrating and it sucks, but it's just the truth of it. I mean, it is what it is.
Yes, yes, definitely. And you know, it's like Subi Diecast was asking for my advice. He's thinking about starting to do pet hunt videos. I told him, look, I told him how it is. Look, man, you know, congratulations on you wanting to pursue this, but let me tell you how it is right now. You know, I know that most of us, you know, when we upload a video, you know, we show you guys, you know, like the cool stuff. Oh, you know, we found the white lightning or the Outer World Ultra Chase or whatever. But it's not like that all the time,
It's
you
not.
know. So you know that's why I don't upload as many videos as I used to. It's like, and you know, although some people have told me before, it's like, oh, okay, if you don't find anything, you know, we enjoy your videos. You know, just put some content out there. I'm like, look, I don't want to bore. You know, I appreciate that coming from you or a few of you, but I don't want to bore my audience. You know, just showing that that I'm not finding anything or same cars over and over again. Because, like I've said, you know, I have found you know some more EKs, but a bunch of duds. You know, I'm not gonna
Yep.
keep showing. I'm not
Yep.
gonna keep showing those cars over and over and over again. If it's a new case, F case or whatever, then yeah, I mean I'll show that to you guys. But I'm not gonna keep showing that the same cars to you over and over again.
Right.
It just defeats the
Yep.
purpose of you know.
It does. It really does. Yep. And actually, speaking of the e case, my son and I found two fresh e cases at another Walmart that's a little bit further away from our house. And I approached. There was two ladies that were offloading the boxes and putting the stuff away. I approached them very nicely. Said, "Hey, you know, do you know when you're going to be putting the Hot Wheels away? I'd like to look at them." And they both just kind of ignored me. And I was like, okay, you know, I get it. So I kind of moseyed on around the diecast, and I saw a lady come out, and I was like, she's a manager. You can just tell because they're not wearing the blue vest. They have a name tag, and they usually have a walkie-talkie and a set of keys. And I was
Hmm.
like, she's a manager. So I approached her very nicely. Um, I offered to hang them up because the pegs were empty. The Easter basket up front was empty, and she said, absolutely, I'll open them for you if you want to put them away. That would be so nice of you. And I'm like, so nice, you know, thank you for letting me go through them. So we ended up going through the two e cases. I found the Silverado. I found a couple of the green square body trucks.
Okay.
I only took one. I left the other one, and then I left the tuned Silverados just because that's not my thing. So I left those behind as well, and I gave the square body to my son because he likes the older Chevy trucks. He
Hmm.
likes the older Chevelles. He likes the older Chevy trucks. I guess he's a musclehead. I don't know, but he likes the old school stuff. So I gave it to him. Well, there's a gentleman here in town that we trade with quite often. You know, if I find something he's looking for, we'll trade to get it in each other's collections. Super nice guy. He works at the Ford dealership in the body shop.
Oh,
And
nice.
not too long ago, my son, we did a trade with him. My son found a couple of those 49 purple supers. He
Okay.
found 2 of them and he wanted to trade one of them. So he ended up trading one of them, and he wanted the Tesla. So he traded the guy. The guy had the Tesla. My son had the 49 pickup. So they traded. My son was super happy. I
Nice.
wanted my son to trade for the Porsche Spider because I wanted the Spider, but my son wanted the Tesla. And so
Right.
the gentleman before we left, he goes, here, Brandon, and he handed me that Porsche Super, and he goes, I want you to have this.
Oh,
So my
nice.
son got the Tesla, I got the Porsche. We left stoked. We gave him the 49. We left with 2 Supers. We were so happy. My son got his Super. I got the Super I wanted, and everything was great.
Two
So
for one special.
when I gave my son that Silverado, he had overheard Kevin talking about how he really wanted to find it, and he hadn't found it yet. And my son said, hey, Dad, I want to give this to Kevin. It was our only one. It's the only one I've found yet. I still haven't found another one. And so we did a trade with Kevin. No, I had some older blue cards. I don't know if you remember, but my cousin's wife's son inherited a bunch of cars. I ended up getting them from him and selling them for a good price to everybody. Ended up selling them all for a fair price, and everybody got what they wanted, and I was happy, and they were happy. But he bought some of those cars. So we went to deliver them to him. And my son, when we were getting ready to leave, handed him that Silverado. And he goes, here, I want you to have this. And
Right.
Kevin looked at me like, are you serious? And I was like, hey, man, it's his. If he wants to give it to you, take it. And so he was like, oh, my gosh, I finally got the Silverado, because he still hadn't found it. And so that showed me that taking my son with me, showing him what the Hot Wheels etiquette is, he's catching on. He got it. He passed that on, even though he really wanted that truck. He was like, "Oh, Dad, we'll find another one." And I think it made my son feel good to see how Kevin felt after he gave it to him. So it was awesome. Made me feel it was a proud dad moment, you could say.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's good to give. It's a great feeling. I know. There's a guy in our community. He follows everybody. He's very supportive of everybody. I'm sure you've seen him around. His name is No Way Duha.
Yep.
He says, "Yep, okay." So yeah, his real name is Juan. So, anyways, he kept telling me, me and a lot of us, you know what? It's very hard to find stuff in here in my area. I haven't even found a single a single regular treasure hunt in my area. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna send this guy a box. So I sent him a box with, a bunch of like all the highlights of the e case. I sent to him, including the regular treasure hunt circle tracker. And I sent him a letter and I sent him a sticker along with that. And when he got it, man, he texted me and he said he had tears. He was so grateful and he had tears in his eyes and everything. He's like, oh, Adrian, I'm so grateful to you. I can't, I'm glad to know that there's still good people out there, involved, this and that. And I'm like, dude, you deserve it. I know I sent you the box, but really, I sent it to him on behalf of all of us, and I told him that on the letter because you're everywhere, dude. I mean, you support each and every one of us, and you take the time to watch our live streams, to comment on our
Yep.
videos, and that's something that we all appreciate. So yes,
Absolutely.
yes, it's a gift for me, but in reality, I sent it, from all of us. So enjoy. I told him, enjoy, brother.
Yeah,
So
so I
yeah,
see a comment here. Andre Cruz, what's up, my man? Hey, I see your comment. He says, I would rather have a room full of fire trucks and what was the other one? And
fire trucks
that's
and cop cars and cop cars.
fire trucks and cop cars. What about the ice cream trucks? You forgot those. Um,
Yeah,
and that's what's cool about this hobby, Adrian, is if we could go around and go in each, collector's room and check out their collection, it would amaze us at how different each collection is and how unique each collection is, and how interesting and the stories behind, like, my story behind the White Lightning. Everyone else has a story behind a casting in their collection as well. And it would be so cool to, gather up all those collections and stories and be able to listen and look through those collections. to me, that's what's cool. You know, I tell my son it's good to be different, because if we were all the same and we all collected the same thing and we were all into the same thing, how boring would that be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's good to see the unique
Diversity.
differences. That's right. And in everyone's collection, it really is. It's super cool. And I say, you know, I collect supers and chases and treasure hunts, but I still have a whole lot of main lines, older blue cards. I have a ton of Corvettes. I'm a huge JDM guy, but when I think American muscle, the first card that comes to my mind is the Corvette, the Chevy Corvette. You know, the split window, it had the side pipes down the side, the rally Corvette wheels with the red line tires, American muscle, you know, the big block Chevy power. You know, a Corvette screams America to me, you know, and I know that's probably different for a lot of people, but that's just, you know, when I think of American muscle, I think the Corvette. So I've got an extensive collection of Corvettes. I actually just did a video of some recent pickups, and I was able to pick up some real nice Corvette castings that I'm happy to add to the collection. And those are main lines, but there again, you know, to me, a main line that's 20, 25 years old, yeah, it's a main line, but it isn't like a main line you can go in the store and buy. You know, you have to really, you know, get creative in finding those, unless you want to go to eBay, you know, and pay outrageous prices, which I don't. I usually try to hang out for the flea markets. And my cousin's wife's son still has 2 more huge boxes of stuff that they want me to get rid of for them. And I'm like, you know what, guys? I was like, it was fun doing that. But you have no idea how hard it was keeping track of all the orders, what people wanted, how they wanted to pay, if they had paid, getting their addresses, packing everything up, sending everything out. Like, it was a job. And I went through, I bet I sold over 500 castings, and they're all gone. So I did it. I was able to get rid of them all, but man, it was, and the deal was, they told me, if you sell these, we'll give you half. You know, so if you sell them all for X amount of dollars, we'll give you half of that. So I was like, that's pretty cool, you know, and then I can use my part to go through the collection and buy some of the cars as well. And that's what I did. I used some of my money to go through, and I was able to get, I was real happy to add this La Trucka. It's a treasure hunt. I don't know that it's a super, but it does have real riders on it. It's an older treasure hunt, but the La Trucka it is a truck casting that I like. So I went through, and it's not an older blue card. It's from 2001, so it's not that old. But you can't go in the store and find this, you know.
Right.
And I think I gave them $6 or $7 for it. So hey, I was happy to pick it up, $6 or $7. It's worth it to me, and I got another treasure hunt in the collection. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I remember the first one that came out, the first edition of La Troca. It's a nice red one with gold finishes all around. Beautiful.
Was that the first edition?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, and I don't have that one. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
What's up, Godfather? How's it going?
Eddie from Simple Customs is in the house. What's up, Fast Eddie?
Yeah, man. On Friday, he got behind the grill and he was cooking he was barbecuing some thick steaks. I forgot what they're called, chuck steaks or Angus steaks. Anyways,
beef tips.
Beef tips.
Cooking beef tips with Fast Eddie P.
Oh man.
His did you see his chicken parm video? I was like salivating at the mouth. I was like, I can smell that through the what is it, smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
Stop, man. I was so hungry. I had to get up and make myself something to eat. I was like, thanks, Eddie. Appreciate that.
That's how I was when I was watching that video, man. Man, I was freaking salivating the entire
It looked
time.
delicious.
Delicious, man. I could even smell it. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go get some carne asada or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Forget about it. Make them an offer they can't refuse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Adrian, if you want, man, I'll zip my mouth and let you get caught up on the comments. Sorry, I get to talking and I just can't stop. So we might check in. Let's check in and see what everybody thinks and what's going on with them. Everybody having a good Easter?
Yeah, Zach Diecast says savings schmavings. Eddie is throwing out that peace sign to everybody. I'm expecting a mystery box from my boy Andre Cruz. I should be getting it tomorrow. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I don't know exactly what he sent, but I'm pretty sure that whatever he sent, it's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Andre's got some cool stuff, man. He's got some older stuff, and I don't know how old Andre is, but it's crazy. He doesn't seem that old, and he's got some really, for his age and his personality and stuff, his collection is very interesting. He's got some awesome older stuff, even NASCAR and some older blue card stuff. So that's what I say, man. It's awesome to see what everyone's got in their collection. It's just amazing that some of the cars I've never seen before, and we've all got those common cars in our collection, but everybody's got a few of those cars that are like, man, I've never seen that before, and that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah, I mean, good example. David at Twice Diecast, he has an insane collect. I mean, he's got cars that I've never of brands I've never even heard of. I mean, he gets cars from Australia, from England, from just like all over the world. I mean, his collection is just impressive, man. Impressive. Andre Cruz says mine was a Batmobile at Toys R Us. I think he's talking about the treasure hunt. Red Eye 24/7. That Galaxy was one I wish I found. Yeah, a lot of people had trouble finding that Galaxy regular treasure hunt. Even Hewitt's. He said he couldn't find it, and a few people were gracious enough to send it to him. And I believe he kept one, and he gave the other one away to somebody. So that's how awesome this community is. Tony's Diecast, I agree with you, brothers. Edward Grijalva says, "Preach, brother, preach." Pretty sure that's for you, Brandon. Keep preaching, brother. Yeah, man. I mean, those stories are awesome. Andre Cruz says, CNN Brandon. Sorry, we lost the feed. No, man. He went to go grab his charger. He's back. Red Eye 24/7 Hot Wheels. I'm starting to grab more 124 scale cars. Yeah, I mean, hey, I mean, I know Mustang Hunter and I kind of got into that for a little bit, because there was a period of time, I'm talking about 2 3 months ago where that's the only choice we had, and we kept exchanging pictures on Instagram. I was like, look, man, I mean, watch out for he's a huge Mustang guy, so every time I found Jada Toys Muscle Time car, I would send him a picture like, look, man, watch out for this or watch out for this, and it was just fun, man. We just have fun. To this day, I mean, we just we have a lot of fun. He's a cool guy.
Man, there was a comment somewhere. I can't find it, but it said, oh, here it is. Zach Diecast says, this is hard to listen to for us expert collectors since 1983, people. What exactly is hard to listen to? Fill me in, man.
Yeah, fill us in, man. Let's see. Let me see if I could find that comment. Andre Cruz says he's 39, and yeah, Andre Cruz. Yeah, I know he had to sent me. He sent me 2 boxes because his cat, one or two cats, decided to bless the box.
they decided to spray the box.
Yeah, they decided to bless that one box, and I think it wasn't just my box. I think it was the other people's boxes. But anyways, he had to cut that box open and split what he was going to send me in that one box into 2. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be stoked whatever whatever he sends me.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's up, Eddie? So he already said, like, if we go visit him, he'll cook for us. He'll make he'll dine us and wine us, man. So hopefully we could make it out there one day, and I'll definitely take your word for that, man. Definitely take your word for that. I mean, those freaking steaks look delicious, man. I'm sure you're a great cook as well. Doesn't he live? You're pretty close to where he's at, aren't you, Brandon?
No, I'm in Missouri. Eddie's in South Carolina.
Oh, okay. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
he's bringing that South Carolina hospitality to the Facebook to the YouTube channel. Yeah, he's a good ways away from me. I'm pretty close to James at Hewitt's Hot Wheels.
Oh, okay.
What is it? Zachary Allen
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Monster
Monster
Zachary
Jumper.
Allen. I believe
Monster
he's in
Jumper.
Trenton, Missouri. So there's a couple of guys that I'm close to, and I'm sure there's a couple more, but I just can't remember them right off the top of my tongue.
Okay. Andre says, I just use a lot of lotion, Brandon. Plus, little avocado never hurts.
Yeah, I would have put Andre, probably would have said maybe 34, 33, 34 years old. So he's actually older than I thought. So keep using that lotion that you're using. I better stop using that Dirty Murray soap because I don't know. I'm 42 going on 50. My beard is turning white on me. You check that.
Yeah,
Is that from stress or Hot Wheels hunting?
probably. Yeah. I mean, this is how I look at 49. I've been,
Hey
I've
man,
been,
you're hanging in there just fine, my man.
oh
You
man.
still got your hair,
So you got my hair.
and you're
Getting it.
not all gray. You still got some natural color in there.
Yeah.
Some of
No,
that dark hair showing through.
yeah, but it's like I tell the young cats out there. You know what? I earned these stripes, man. All these
That's
whites,
right.
I earned them.
That's right. That's right. Each and every one of those gray strands has a story to tell, my friends.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Simple Custom says, yeah, anytime anyone wants to come visit, doors are open. Thank you, man. Oh, we'll definitely take your word for that. I'm sure. Eddie says, Eddie on the coast of Camaroland. Oh, speaking of the devil, no way, dude. Says, what's up, Andre? What's cracking, my G? Man of the hour. We were just talking about how excited you were, with that box I sent you, Juan. So much appreciated, much deserved. And again, it's for me, but it's on behalf of all of us for supporting each and every one of us, man. We really do appreciate it. Tony's Diecast Customs, Tom from Caliber 50. What's up?
Jorge Delgado in the house. What's up, my man?
What up, Jorge? How's it going, brother? Yeah, JD is another cool guy. Every time, he not a YouTube channel or anything, but whenever he finds a super or a cheese car or whatever, he gets all excited and he sends me a text message like, "Hey man, look what I found." He shows me the receipt and everything. I'm like, "Dude, it's okay. You don't have to show me the receipt. I believe you."
I
I
believe that
believe
you
you.
found it.
Yeah, I believe that you found it, man. Yeah, I remember. When COVID first hit, how they had. I don't know if in your area, but in some areas, well, especially here in California, they had like senior hours. Because they were most
Yep.
it was believed that they were most vulnerable to the virus or whatever.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
anyways,
we had that.
so stores were opening, had special senior priority hours. So the first couple of hours were catered for the seniors. So so JD kept like, man, there was this old man, he's a freaking scalper. Every time by the time I get into the store, I don't find anything. I see him, walking out with all the good stuff. I'm like, it is what it is, man.
take that. I guess take advantage of your age. I mean,
Yeah.
it's look. Here's the thing, okay? And I know people get upset with people finding stuff regularly, and I understand that. But if you're a Hot Wheels hunter and you want to be successful, you have to take advantage of every advantage you can get. Um, you know, if if you drive 15 miles and you're looking for Hot Wheels and there's none on the pegs and the lady tells you there's a case in back and she'll go get it for you, are you going to say, no, you don't have to do that, I'll come back tomorrow when they're hanging on the pegs?
Right.
No, you're there, you've put the effort, the gas, the time to get there, of course, if they're going to offer it up, I'm like, you know what? Absolutely. I'd love to take a look. Do you mind if I peg them for you?
Right.
And if I go in the store and I see a pallet and it has a couple of cases on it, I'm not going to go over, there's some guys who will run over, they'll grab the case, they'll crack it,
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
scatter the cars. I will usually find a employee. I'll ask the employee because I know from watching people's videos and interacting with people that if you get caught in a store and you're going through a case that's on a pallet, they're not going to appreciate that. They're going to feel disrespected. They're going to feel like you're leaving a mess. You're a scalper maybe. So I always ask, and what I have found is 95% of the time when you go up and you ask an employee nicely, they will crack it with no hesitation. And if you offer to put it away, they'll crack more if they have them. So, that's just, I'm not going to see that case there and leave that store and not think
Right.
about it. If I'm there and it's there on that pallet, I'm going to do whatever I can to find a store employee to get that case open to see if there's something in there that I can leave with. That's why I'm there,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm not really, I wouldn't consider myself a pallet raider. I won't run up on a pallet and start grabbing stuff off and opening it up. I'm not comfortable enough to do that. I feel like I'm going to
right.
get in trouble and possibly kicked out of the store. So I'm not willing to risk it.
Yeah, people have been kicked out, have been banned even from
Hmm.
going into certain stores, and that's a big issue here in California. A lot of employees are hesitant of to bring out cases for you because of those bad apples that just go
Yep.
out and pallet raid, and they just take off with a case or two, and they leave a mess somewhere, and they that it's those kind of people that make the experience bad for us. At least
Yep.
out here, I'm pretty sure it happens everywhere. Some
Oh
places
yeah.
more than others, in some places more than others. But here in California, that's the big issue for all employees, and they'll, a couple of them will tell you right off the bat. Some of them might even be a little rude to you, but I don't allow it to escalate to that. I just, it's like, hey man, I'm just asking,
Yep.
asking if you got any. That's it.
Yep.
I'm not asking you to bring anything out. You got some, and good. If not, then I'll come back at a later time or whatever. I'll go look out elsewhere. I'm not gonna waste my time, waiting, lurking around to see if you bring something out or not. I'm just gonna move on to the next
Absolutely.
store.
Absolutely. If I
Yeah,
was a store employee and I worked at Walmart or Target or any retail that sold Hot Wheels or any collectibles of any kind, action figures, trading cards, Hot Wheels, whatever it may be, whatever you're into. If I was an employee and I was out on the floor and I was stocking toys or cards or whatever, I would love for an employee to come up and say, "Hey, have you seen any of these?" Because I would do whatever I could to go find them and make sure that they left with what they wanted to leave with. That's just the way I am. It makes me feel good to be helpful. Um,
right,
so instead of putting my effort into saying, "No, we don't have," I don't know when we're going to have those, unless my boss had told me, "Look, if someone approaches you on the sales floor, you blow them off however you can," then that's probably what I would have to do to keep my job. But to me, a store employee's job, part of their job is to be helpful to the customers that are there. So if you're in a store, now, granted, if I walk in and the pegs are full, I'm not asking if they have any in the back. I just think that's rude.
right.
If I walk in and there's a handful of Hot Wheels and the pegs are empty, I'll ask. And I
Hmm.
think that it's the employee's job to, oh, you know what? No, the pegs are empty. Let me go look. I'll be right back. If we have some, I'll bring them out. If we don't, oh well. It doesn't hurt to ask. And as a Hot Wheels hunter, I've gotten used to hearing no. It's just, no, we don't have any. A lot of employees are real short. No, I don't know. We haven't seen them. I don't know when we're getting them. I don't know where they're at. Okay, be back. See you tomorrow, or whatever. I still try to, even if I'm met with resistance and rudeness, I still try to be as nice as I can, hoping that maybe sometime they'll say, you know what, that guy has been in here 100 times. I have turned him away and been rude to him for 100 times. He has killed me with kindness. The next time he comes in here, guess what? I'm grabbing the case for him.
Right.
Maybe that might happen. Maybe it doesn't. But I know from my personal experience, it has happened. Um, Last year around Christmas, I was hitting the Dollar Generals pretty hard. for the shippers. They were getting those Christmas shippers in, and my son really wanted to find that purple. I think it was the '49 Ford F1 pickup with the chrome wheels, the flames down the side.
Right.
So we were, every chance we got, we were going to the Dollar General. I would call. So I got to where I would call on Friday. I would go there. I would try to go there on Wednesday if I could, and then I would call on Friday. Hey, have you seen anything come in? You know, instead of making that wasted trip. So the lady, I didn't know this. My son and I were somewhere, and I got a missed call. It was from a restricted number. So when we got out of where we were, I called the number back, and it was the lady from the Dollar General. And she said, hey, I was just calling to let you know that we got some Hot Wheels in. And if you and your son would like to come and look at them, come soon, because we're getting ready to put them out on the floor right now. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's the first time an employee. And she told me when we got there that she had answered the phone when I had called. She said, I appreciated how nice you were. You were so friendly. And so she wrote my number down. And when they came in and they were getting ready to put them out, she called me, gave me a heads up. So we went, and my son pulled the super from that shipper. And it was the coolest thing ever. So it just shows, you know, if you're told no, over and over and over, don't get frustrated, don't get rude, don't get mad with the employees. It's not their fault. Just be kind, and it'll come back around. I'm telling you. And it may not be right away. It may be a year down the road, but just keep killing them with kindness.
Yeah. And to add to that, I know it's frustrating, to hear no a lot, but in a way, I try to put myself in their shoes sometimes, because they're overworked, they're underpaid in the sense that they don't you know they don't get very many hours. I mean, the pay is okay, I guess. I don't know how much they pay nowadays, but I keep hearing complaints from the employees, or people talking about themselves. I only got 12 hours this week, or 15 hours this week, or whatever. So they don't look forward to going to work or helping people, and I mean, maybe they're not mad at you. They're just mad at their situation or at their manager or whatever.
Right.
But and also, Brandon, back to what you were saying, I've noticed that more and more stores are hiring young people, which is fine. But the work ethic that you and I are used to, not that I'm calling us old men or anything like that, but has been lost along the way. Depending on who helps you or who you deal with at a store, is the type of response you're gonna get. If you're dealing with with an elder employee, you're gonna get a more fair response than if you ask a young person who don't really care about their job to begin with. They're just there to get some extra money or whatever, and they don't care to help you, or they're probably already have something worked out with their buddies or whatever.
Yeah, right. And that's, I've been fortunate enough around here. Our Target is really fair. There's an employee there that is a collector that I talk to every time I go there. And I actually found a couple of supers with him watching, and I ended up giving him one. That was the first time I ever found two supers at one store. And he was standing there watching me go through a fresh little mini dump bin. And I found the RX-7 from last year's super. And I was so excited. And he was like, man, I'm so happy for you. I would love to find that one. It's so hard standing here watching you go through these, and I can't do anything, And I told him, I was like, you know what? If I go through here and I find another one, I'm going to give it to you. And he's like, no, I know better, And I found another one, and I gave it to him, and he couldn't believe it. He was just like, you're really giving this to me? And I was like, yeah, man. Do you know how hard it would be to be a collector and watch somebody go through fresh Hot Wheels that just got dumped and you can't touch them? That'd be tough. So it's, I straddle the fence. If as a collector, if I worked at Target or Walmart and my boss told me, hey, you got first dibs on the Hot Wheels that come in, am I supposed to say no? I don't. It would be hard to say no. I want to be fair to the other collectors. It would be tough. It really would be. And that's, I think with what they're paid, the amount of hours that they're picking up, that would be part of the benefit of the job. If you happen to be a collector of whether it's action figures, cards, Hot Wheels, you've got that, when they're coming in, when they're getting ready to hit the floor, and it gives you that slight advantage. And as a collector, if you're trying to find the rare stuff, you know how important that advantage can be at times. I mean, I know it sucks to say that, but I can't say what I would do. I've never worked in retail. I don't know what I would do until I was in that position, but I'm going to go on a limb and say that, if I was working in the back and I saw, 6-10 cases of Hot Wheels come in, I would probably be chomping at the bit to get a look at them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I can't say that I would, I wouldn't take every super I found and go sell them and all that stuff. I'm not that kind of person. I can definitely say that I would not do that. But if I could find one super, from each case that we got in, and my boss told me that I could, and I was, cleared to do that with not putting my job in jeopardy as a benefit of the job, I would probably take advantage of that. And I know, people are going to hate me for saying that, but I'm just being honest. I'm a collector. I want the rare stuff. And if I've got an advantage to get it, I'm going to get it. But I'm not going to take all I can get and go sell it, and, for 50, 60 bucks a piece on eBay and keep that money. I'm not that kind of collector. I'm just not. And if you are, that's okay. That, like I said, we're all different, but that's just not how I roll.
Yeah. And back to what you were saying. Yeah, I mean, some employees don't even care. I mean, they know they can't touch them, but they find a way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And but anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't do much about it.
Yep.
No way, dude. Huss says, I appreciate it so much, Adrian. So many good castings. You definitely know what I like. Yeah, man, I was definitely surprised, brother. Oh, no problem, man. No problem. My pleasure, brother. You deserve it. JD says, Happy Easter to everybody. Same to you, brother. No way, dude.
You gonna stay on here for a few more, Adrian? I'm gonna go fill my coffee cup up. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a little bit. No way, dude. I just hoping. Oops, sorry. No way, dude. Hoping in late just got notification YouTube be lacking. Yeah, something. Yeah, it happens. Sorry, it's all right, man. Don't worry about it. Dane South got to go Easter. Got to go. Oh, sorry. Got to go. Happy Easter to everybody. Happy Easter to you too as well, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. No way, dude. That's a great story, man. Being a nice, decent person pays off, and it don't cost nothing. I just like treating people the way I want to be treated. It's just that simple. Yeah, and it is. It is. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to be nice, guys. I mean, just be nice, and maybe some people will may or may not reciprocate, but if they don't take it personal. Just just move on to salud, amigo, with your number one dad coffee cup.
Yeah, I used to think I was number one dad, but I don't believe that anymore. My kids are old enough to be honest now, so I just say I'm the best dad that I can be. I'm okay with not being number one anymore. That's all right. Being number one dad is those are hard shoes to fill. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, as long as in the eyes of our children we're number one, that's cool. I'll take it.
Yeah. But I have a you all it's no secret. I'm pretty sure the Diecast community knows. My wife and I were together for 23 years. We were married for 18 years, and we are currently separated. My son and I are living in an apartment. My wife and daughter are at the house where they should be, and I'm okay with that. My daughter is 13, and until my daughter turned 13, my daughter and I were as tight as we could be. She was my firstborn, and I wanted a son, but when my daughter came out, my heart melted, and she will forever have my heart in the palm of her hands. But when she turned 13, and I don't know if it's just my daughter or all teenagers, but dad isn't number one anymore. It's her friends, and for a dad that can be tough. And right. I'm doing what I can to stay in her life. I text her every day, let her know that I love her, I miss her. But I'm just not important to her right now, and that's a hard pill to swallow. But fortunately, my son is he wants to be wherever I am. He wants to be with me. He wants to do with me. We go out on hikes. We go Hot Wheels hunting. You could probably hear my dog going crazy with his toy in the background. But it's tough. So life, today, that's why I decided to get on here to kind of eat my time up. I was sitting. This is the first Easter that I have spent alone in 43 years. Both of my kids are with mom today, and I'm at the apartment by myself. It's raining. It's gloomy outside. I was sitting here on the couch, kind of bummed out, and I saw you, mention me coming on here, and I was like, you know what, that gets me. Each and every one of you all out there watching this that comment, interact on my channel, you don't realize. Sorry, you're helping me. So, thank you.
No problem, brother. Yeah, man. I mean, when you first made that video, I kind of had an idea of what it was, but I didn't want to, I didn't
Sure.
want to, I didn't,
Yeah.
I just, because people deal with things differently. I didn't want to, if people want to share and confide in me with certain things, fine. I'll listen, but I'm not gonna start a conversation I know full well people are not comfortable with.
Sure. And that's just being respectful, man. That's who you
Yeah.
are. Nobody, I made a little short video. I wanted to let everybody know what was going on. I was going to be moving. The backdrop was going to change. I didn't want a lot of questions. I just wanted to be upfront. And it was tough. YouTube it's not just about what happens on this screen. When this screen turns off, real life is still waiting for each and every one of us. And, that's why it's so important for us to spread friendliness and kindness, and because all of us are dealing with something, whether it's small, whether it's big, whether it's just one thing, whether it's 10 things, it doesn't matter. All of us are dealing with something. And for me, the diecast hobby, the diecast community is my happy place. If I'm feeling down, I'm feeling, like I'm having a rough day, and I've got a chance to get on and chat with some of my diecast homies, that gets me through that moment. That carries me to that next moment where I need to reach out. And so all of you all have helped me get through. I can't say that I'm over it, but I'm getting through it. And the diecast community has been a big part of that. Just being able to go somewhere and talk to people about something that we all have the same interest in. It kind of helps me, forget about real life for 15, 20, 30 minutes at a time, and kind of helps me build me back up to take on the real life when you turn the camera off. So thank all of you for that.
No problem. My pleasure. Gary, Diecast Collection, what's up? And back to what you were saying about that, and that's what this space should be. This platform should be about. It should be our safe haven. It shouldn't be a place where like, okay, we're in a toxic environment. Well, let's go spread some more somewhere else. It shouldn't be like that.
Right.
No.
And
we get into, we're in this, at least for me and most of us here. I believe we get onto this platform to get away from toxic people and the news, this and that.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
we don't need any more negativity or toxic people in our lives. We come here to get away from all that stuff. So
yep, I agree, Adrian, 100%.
Gary's Diecast Collection. I worked at Target, and he worked at a Target and a Dollar Tree just to get the first hits. Hey, at least you're being honest.
And I can't say that I hate. Yeah, I can't say that I hate you for that, Gary. It's. I had a Dollar Tree that I frequented every Friday. I knew when they got their shipments. They stocked on Fridays, which that's changed now. But for 6 months straight, they stocked on the same day, every day, at the same time. So I knew when to go in there, I could hit it fresh, and I had some pretty good luck doing it. And the lady asked me if I was interested in, would you be interested in a stocking or unloading the truck job here? And I can't tell you that I didn't think about it for just a second. A part-time job, give me first dibs on Hot Wheels, but I just, I'm not in a position to do that right now with my son and stuff and everything that's going on in life. But, I can't say that I wouldn't do that. I'd be lying to each and every one of you if I said that if I had first dibs, I wouldn't take it, because I just don't think that's being honest.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I used to have pretty good luck back in 2018, even into early 2019. My local Dollar Tree, I knew when they would only get one case at a time, sometimes even two, like depending on if it was a holiday or break or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I know when stores, and the manager was actually very cool. She would actually bring them out and crack them open for me, and she's like, here you go. Just do me a favor and don't leave a mess. I'm like, trust me, I'm not that type of person, because I believe there was other people that would go in there and just make a freaking mess and leave it there for them to deal with, and that's not right. And that's why a lot of employees are hesitant to bring stuff out, because they do that. They ruin the experience for us, and they have no regard, no respect, no consideration for anyone or anything but themselves. As long as they grab that one car that everybody wants, they could care less about everything else.
Yeah.
So JD says 99-cent stores getting C case today. Targets are close. Yeah, yeah. Targets are close today. I did hit a couple of 99-cent stores and duds. Over here, JD, they're only getting like the 24-pack cases, and so far duds. Not a single super.
So I visited a local Dollar Tree on Thursday,
Hmm.
and I talked to. There's a new manager there. Before there was a gentleman there. He was rude. I would call sometimes to see if they had seen any new Hot Wheels come on. He was real short with me, and I could tell that he probably had someone that he was calling when they came in, and that's
Hmm.
okay. But if you're gonna do that, be honest with me. Tell me so I don't waste my time coming here. If you're calling somebody when they come in, just say, hey man, I got a good friend. He gets first dibs. I call him when they come in. I don't know what to tell you. And for me, that's a huge thank you so much, because I know to cut that store off. I don't have to fool with going to that store anymore. I can focus my attention somewhere else. But be honest. So what he would do is I would call. I know when they get their trucks, from a previous manager. She told me. And so I would call on the day that they got their trucks, and he would say, I told you to come in on Friday. And I'd say, okay. So I would go in on Friday, and every time the cars would already be pegged, picked through, and all the stuff was gone. So I would say, okay, so they're getting their trucks on this day. He's telling me to come in this day. They're already put out. They're already gone through. He's calling somebody. Somebody's coming in here getting first dibs on me, and I'm wasting my time.
Yep.
Well, last Thursday, the lady told me that they had gotten new management. She was the new manager because of some shady stuff that was going on. And I don't know if that was part of it or not, but he was nowhere around. So I'm assuming that he's gone. She's the new manager, this and that. And I had my son with me. And I'm telling you, my son helps me get Hot Wheels. If I go in a store by myself, 9 times out of 10, they'll blow me off. But if they see my son with me, they're like, oh, yeah, let's look for the Hot Wheels for the kid. We'll find them for the kid, but for the adult, no way. So I'm always like, hey, Danny, come with me, go with me. Um,
D boy.
Oh yeah, so he was in there with me, and I got to talking to her, and she goes, you know what? I'll be right back. She goes, we don't have any Hot Wheels in right now because I've already checked, and I'm the one putting the toys out because we're trying to get them out for Easter, and I'm helping the other employees get them out. And I haven't seen any. I said, okay, great. She goes, I'll be right back. And I don't know if you all know this or not, but they get a I don't know what it's called. It shows them what they're getting in next week's shipment. So she went in her office and looked at the manifest. That's what it's called. She
Mm.
came out and she said, "Be here next week on this day at this time." It shows that we're getting 2 cases in. So I already know, that now, a lot of people might hate me because I have the inside information, but I didn't pay her. I didn't ask for that information. I was just nice and acquired a little information, and she gave me more than I asked for. So I didn't know that, but she looked at that manifest and she said, "Yeah, come back next week. We're getting 2 cases." You all come in and you can open them. I'll give them to you. I'll put them to the side and you all can open them. And I'm going, I was like, oh, okay, thanks. That sounds good. But inside, I'm jumping up and down going, yes, I'm going to have first dibs next week on those Hot Wheel cases.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's going to be B case, but it's probably going to see the B case wave already hit our Dollar Trees. There was 3 cases and there was no BMW Supers for us, which I can't say that I'm a huge fan of the BMW Super, but it's gold and I would love to have it in the collection. So if I found it, I would definitely take it. But, and that's the other thing. Just because you find fresh cases doesn't mean you're going to find a super treasure hunt. So you go, you have those ups and downs, you get excited, fresh cases, you open it, there's no super. And, you try to remain positive on the video because you don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but really inside it's like, it's a gut shot. You're like, man, you're deflated and you're like, well, I guess I'll keep trying. But that's what keeps the hunt alive. If I found a super every time I went hunting, I can't say it would be as fun because I would expect it and it wouldn't be as rare. And it wouldn't be quite a cool of a story to tell. If you find a super every time you open a case, are they really rare? No. So
No. Yeah, that's a very good point, man. I agree with you 100%. I agree. But yeah, so far I have not found a super at any of the dollar stores. Maybe Dollar Tree, 99 cent store. I found the closest I've found to finding a super is what was it? The Chase ID, and a bunch of regular treasure hunts. But other than that, I even found Zamax one time,
at the
which is
Dollar Tree?
at a Dollar Tree. Yeah, which
Wow.
is which is
That's
rare.
Yeah, you got some of those Walmart cases at Dollar Tree. That is rare.
My wife is bringing me some iced coffee. Thank you, honey. Appreciate it.
Oh, nice.
Say hello to everybody. Hello. She says hello to everybody. Love you, hon.
Hello, Adrian's wife.
Yeah, yeah, she's really cool. I mean, it's it's good to have a supporting spouse.
Absolutely.
Doing what you're doing. Or significant other. It doesn't have to necessarily be
Yeah.
your wife or whatever. But yeah, it's important that you have a supportive wife or significant other. If you're going to be doing this, because it does take up a lot of your time.
It does.
And
It
so
absolutely does.
yeah,
Yeah, I try to, my YouTube channel is, when I have a spare time, usually I give my son a set amount of time to play video games
yeah,
during the day, and that's my time to hit YouTube. That's when I try to get on, leave all my comments, watch all my videos, and then at night, after school, after we eat dinner, 6:30, 7 o'clock till probably 9 o'clock for that solid hour and a half, 2 hours, I'm YouTubing. I'm not watching TV. I'm watching YouTube, and I'm watching my diecast friends. There's a lot of channels that I watch. There's a lot of channels that I try to watch, and I get sidetracked. And there's starting to be so many diecast channels that I can't keep track of all of them. I can't keep up with what everyone's finding and sharing and commenting. So here lately, I've been, as my channel starts to grow, and I go through and I try to leave comments on, comment to everyone who left a comment. You find yourself, you could easily be on there more than that hour and a half or 2 hours. So you have to find
oh
a happy
yeah,
medium, to limit yourself. And that's what I try to do. I don't get to comment on everyone's videos. I don't get to watch full videos. Sometimes I have to fast forward, through, and I hate doing that because I'm not giving that channel the watch hours. But if I'm going to watch any of it and get it in, it's unfortunately what I have to do. So
yeah. It's tough. It's tough, and some people get butt hurt. But same time, they have to understand it's hard for us to keep track, like you said, watching every video from every YouTuber out there. It's hard. Not on top of that, responding to comments and this and that. And it's not that we don't. No, for those of you who are here, it's not that we don't want to get back to you. It's that honestly sometimes we don't have the time, and that's that's something that we want you guys to to understand. We don't. It's not that we're ignoring you on purpose, or we don't want to deal with you or anything like that. It's just time is the issue, and time is the one commodity that we can't get back. So
That's right.
Please understand that. Yeah, we love you. We love all of you. The Godfather says, of course, 99.9% people would, and that other 10% don't want anything to do with cars.
Yeah.
I agree. Gary's diecast collection. I worked at okay, I already. Oh, sorry. I worked at Dollar Tree, and my boss would give me new case to open. Nice, lucky Gary.
Yeah. I mean, and as a collector, that's like payday Friday. You're like, yes, that's a bonus to that job. And I don't hate people for that. That's part of the hobby. And it's now if they're opening 10 cases and taking all the supers and putting them on eBay and selling them, I don't agree with that. I think that's wrong. If you can get your one super, put it in your collection, maybe two tops if you want to open one and keep one carded, or take one and give the other one to a friend or something. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. But if you're taking all of them and you're doing with them what they're not meant to be done with them, then that's wrong. But who am I to judge? I'm just a little ant in this huge ant farm doing what I think's right. And I don't like judging other people because I don't know their situation. They might be struggling to make their rent payment that month, or I don't know. So I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. If they're doing something that maybe I don't agree with, maybe they're doing it for a reason. They have to, not necessarily because they want to, but they're just trying to make ends meet or something.
Yeah, it's yeah, like I said, it's hard. You don't know under other people's situation. You got that, but at some point, you don't know who's doing it because they really have no other choice but to make ends meet by doing that, and the people who just want to make that extra money just because of the fact that it's easy money, like those people who are constantly, and it's the same people over and over again, you know, posting 10, 15, 20 supers at a time, like up for raffle or up for sale.
Yeah.
I mean those people have an inside connection,
Yep.
or they're an employee at a Walmart or any other given store,
Yeah.
and doing that. And
And to me, that's
the problem.
yeah, that's the problem. And you see, I know you're on Instagram, you see all those raffles and stuff. I just saw a post yesterday, and I don't post about it public because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. But I saw a post, and there was at least 15 or 20 supers that haven't even hit the pegs around here, and it'd probably be months before they even hit the pegs. And this guy's got 15 or 20 of them, raffling them off on Instagram, and people are, they're paying to join the raffle, so they're feeding that problem. If he's got people paying for that raffle, why is he going to stop? If it's, and he has to be getting those. He's not going in the store finding he's getting
Yeah,
all supers from somewhere just like that. And
right.
that's a problem for the hobby. I frown upon that. And, call me a hater, but I don't think that's cool at all.
No, it's definitely not. Simple Custom says, yes, I have a 23-year-old daughter, and it's the same way. Tony's Diecast Customs, you're with family, Brandon. Much absolutely, absolutely, Brandon. I mean, don't feel like, I'm telling you, one on one. Don't feel that you can't ever get deep with me. I mean, if you have my contact information. Well, I believe you do, don't you?
Yeah,
Okay. You know
I
how to
do.
reach me.
Yep.
You know how to reach me. If
Yep.
you ever wanna talk, and or send me an
Much
email or
appreciated.
text message.
Much appreciated.
We're
Yeah,
here
man,
for you.
I'm just taking it day by day. I was telling my uncle was asking me yesterday how I had been doing, and it's been about 10 months since my wife and I separated, and I told him that the worst thing about a memory, or a person that you love that's out of your life, is everywhere I go, her memory goes. I can't, I can run from it, but I can't hide from it. And so, when you're with somebody for 23 years, everything I do, every corner I go to, every door I open reminds me of her. So I feel like I'm just getting through each day right now, and eventually I'll start living each day again. And I look forward to that point. And, I don't know what's going to happen with her and I as an end result. But I told her, just take the time, focus on yourself, find your happiness. If you're not happy, it's hard to make other people around you happy. So
Right.
who knows what'll happen, but either way, I'm kind of preparing myself for the worst. But no matter what, I will always be supportive, of her. If she ever needs anything, I'll be there for her to help her. The kids, however I can. I just want her to be happy. And so if me being out of her life makes her happy, that's what I want. Even though it may not make me happy, I want to make her happy, and I want her to be happy as an end result. So it's tough, man. It really is. My parents had some issues as I was growing up, and I remember how it affected me. And, now my kids are experiencing that too. And I feel bad, but life's short, and the most important thing I could tell anybody watching this is you have to do what makes you happy. If you're stuck in a period in your life and you're not happy, every day's a struggle. You've just lost that feeling, that happiness. That's not good. You have to focus on yourself, and sometimes it's okay to be what is that? What do they call that? Where you're just worried about yourself. Sometimes that's okay, because at the end of the day, yourself is the most important. You can't help anybody or make anybody else happy if you're not happy inside yourself. So,
Amen.
that's what I told her, and that's where we stand. And it's definitely not what I wanted. I want to keep our family together and work through it and get past it and look back, one day and go, we made it through it. But two people have to be on the same page, not just one. So we'll see what happens. I'm remaining optimistic, and like I said, I'm just trying to get through the day. Each day right now, I'm focused on my son, with his homeschooling and getting him back into the public schools, try to transition into full-time school when it starts. So he is my main focus right now, other than hunting Hot Wheels and editing videos for all you crazy diecast enthusiasts out there.
No kidding, man. No kidding. Yeah, once it's important to keep that inner child in you, at all times, because then, you don't want to be a sour apple. You want to be happy and have fun doing things, and especially when you have, young children. They look up to you, and they see things. You want them to be happy. You don't want to, you know, to
That's right.
become a sec. You don't want them to become a young version of what you are.
Right. Well, that's the thing with, humanity is to evolve, right? To get better. So, my dad tried to be better than his dad, and I tried to be a little bit better than my dad. And, hopefully Danny will take some from me and try to be better, as to his son as a dad. And that's, evolving is important. The goal is to get better with each generation. I hope that's everyone's goals, because if not, humanity's in big time trouble.
Yeah, that's true. And it saddens me when I hear people saying, "Well, that's how I was raised, and I turned out just fine." Well, yeah, but times change. That
Yeah.
does not work. It might.
Yeah.
It doesn't work anymore.
No, you can't raise kids today how kids were raised 20 years ago. And
Nope.
it's funny, my grandpa, was getting on to my son yesterday at Easter about playing video games. And I was trying to explain to my grandpa, my grandpa is old school, chopping wood by hand, wood fireplace heat only, worked hard for everything he had for, 60 years. Um, he's just real cut and dry. He's not going to sugarcoat anything, and he hates video games. He doesn't think kids should be playing video games. And I asked him, I said, Grandpa, did you have video games? Were video games around when you were a kid? Well, no, we didn't know what video games were. And I said, okay, it's a lot easier to do without something you've never had than to do without something that is readily available to you. And video games are readily available to our youth today. They're on commercials, they're on social media, they're on YouTube. Video games are everywhere. Fortnite. Kids can play with their friends from different houses and talk to each other through headsets and communicate. And, you know, I straddle the fence on video games too. I let my son play video games and I'm okay with it, but he has a certain time allowed each day. You know, he's not allowed to sit and play video games for 6 hours a day. That's not happening. You know, he gets a little more time on the weekends than he does during the week. And he appreciates the time that he gets on the weekends because he doesn't get it all week. And so I just try to find that, you know, that happy place with it. But I was trying to, my grandpa was on to me. I can't believe you let him play video games. And I was like, Grandpa, you know, I'm just a dad in 2020 trying to be the best dad I can be, you know. And I feel like if I tell my son that he can't play video games at all, he's gonna hold that against me one day. He's gonna look back and go, man, all my friends had video games and were playing and talking to each other, and my dad made me miss out on all that. And I don't want him to miss out on that. I want him to be a part of that, and that's part of his social. You know, he gets to be on there, even though it's not face to face. He's still being social with kids his age, and they're learning how to work together to achieve the same goal. And they're playing on a team. They're trying to, you know, outplay the other team, whatever game it is they're playing. And to me, that's building teamwork. You know, going through life, you know, if anybody out there is able to go through life by themselves and never need anyone else's help, you're better than I am. Teamwork has always been a big part of my life, and I have always found it, you know, if you're attacking something, it's always easier with help from somebody. So for me, he's playing a video game, he's having fun, he's also building social skills, and he's learning how to achieve the same goal, you know, communicating with somebody through whatever faceless, you know, just like we are right now, except they can't see each other. They can just hear each other.
Right. Yeah, it's funny how.
Go ahead.
It's funny how people, you know, generations are like-minded. You know, my grandpa was a lot like your grandfather. My grand a few years ago. But yeah, he was the same way. I mean, he worked for everything. He worked very hard. You know, he became very successful jeweler and everything. And I guess he was trying to get me into family business. And I'm like, no, you know, you have to let me go my own way. You know, otherwise I'm going to resent you. And I told him that, and he didn't like it. But over time, you know, he snapped out of it, and you know, we had a very good relationship. But yeah, he was the same way. You know, he didn't believe in modern technology, and you know, he didn't believe in you know, easy money and none of this stuff. Technology, right. Video games, and this and that. I mean, and I know how you feel, Brandon, about you know, your kid playing video games. Me, you know, myself, you know, sometimes my son, and he's older than your son, but he likes to kind of seclude himself sometimes. And you know, like, you know, you're worried because, like, yeah, I mean, you know that they're talking to their friends and stuff, but you don't know. Well, at least me, I know a few of his friends, but I don't know all of them. So, you know, when he goes out there and, you know, I don't know who he's talking to or what he's doing, or what they're talking about, and how are they like? You know, are they trying to, are they trying to, influence you into doing, drugs,
right?
Or whatever. That's my worry. That's my worry. I mean, it's not that I don't trust you. I don't trust the people you're communicating with, because I don't know them. I know you, but I don't know the other people on the other side.
Yep. So and it's important to have that conversation. And my son and I, he knows what his expectations are. If it's, if anybody's cursing, all that stuff, you need to get off. He knows not to give strangers his address and tell him where he lives. And, I've been over and over and over that with him, and it's still scary. I mean, you're right. We live in a smaller apartment now versus the house we used to live in. So I could pretty much hear every word he's saying in his room. And if I hear something that's a little off, I may peek around the corner and say, hey, you need to watch what you're doing, straighten up, or something like that. But I'm pretty lucky for the most part, man. My son he's a good listener. He's respectful. He does have his moments. He's a 10-year-old boy.
Right.
He's very good. Probably the best thing he's good at right now is saying, I know. I already know. I know everything I tell him. I know. And
Oh
I
yeah.
keep telling him, if you know everything, it's hard to learn anything. So God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. When someone's trying to teach you something, it's important that you're using those 2 ears. And he's a good boy. He really is. And he's 10 years old is kind of an odd age. I remember being kind of that 10 to 13, and when you go to family events, you really don't, no one is doing the, oh, you're so cute, let me kiss your cheek thing anymore. You're kind of past that, but you're not like,
Right.
full grown yet. You're still a kid, so your emotions and everything are running wild. You're your body's starting to change, and it's just a weird age, as a boy at that 10 to 13. So he's going through it. He's doing good. He likes, doing a little bit of hunting with me. I haven't got him into the customizing yet. Our old man Diecast sent him a car it's already stripped, it's already drilled. All he has to do is paint it, pick out some cool wheels, and put on it. And I encourage him, probably once every other day. Hey, you want to paint? And he just doesn't show any interest. But somebody told me from watching my videos, if you keep doing all those customs for him, he's not going to be interested in doing himself, because he just tells you what he wants, and you make it for him, and he's got it. So
Right.
I have to be like, nah, why don't you make that yourself? But at the same time, I enjoy doing it. It makes me feel good. So it's hard to, but I see what they're saying. I get it. Did you see that Chevelle I did, Adrian, for the second time? That blue one?
Oh yes, 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 yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it turned out nice. So I did it the first time, and it didn't roll. My son picked it up.
Oh yeah.
He's like, Dad, it doesn't even roll. And I was like, well, it's just it just sits on the shelf and looks pretty, son. He's like, well, I like them when they roll. And that
Yeah.
bothered me. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to take it back apart. So I did. I took it back apart, stripped it down, all the way down to the metal. Um, and I did some grinding on the rear wheel wells. I had to take my little Dremel and grind out some stuff, and got it all fitted up nice, and they rolled nice. And then the second time around, I used the same. It's that metal cast blue. Um, and I used what was it? Krylon. I used Rust-Oleum Clear the first time, and I used the Krylon Fusion. It's a clear sealer in one. And man, I tell you what, it really I don't know if my camera does it any justice or not, but it really put the shine on that blue. I mean, it really came to life that second time around. So
Yeah.
I'd have to say that from the Krylon and the Rust-Oleum, I'm a big fan of the Krylon. I think it has a little more gloss finish than the Rust-Oleum does. So if anybody out there is looking for a new, cheap, clear to use that comes out pretty solid, it's definitely, in my opinion, my vote, the Krylon would get my vote.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing with that. With us. I'm barely starting to get into that. But yeah, it's like I said, it requires time. It requires patience. Time is the one thing I don't have very much of right now. I've been blessed with a lot of work, and I have, believe it or not, I juggle between 3 jobs right now. I don't know
Wow.
how I don't know how I
Wow.
do
I
it.
don't know where you find time to do your YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's good to. I'm pretty much my own boss. I'm blessed in that regard. So I mean, I give myself a break every now and then, because you don't want to consume yourself with all the work and this, and you need some time to do you. Like my
Right.
buddy, Scorpio Love Smith. Go check him out, by the way. He's a fellow YouTuber, great dancer. He likes to do a lot of racing. But yeah, man. I mean, he's constantly posting like positive messages on positive videos on Instagram, saying take time to do you, and that's very true. You know,
It is. It
you
is
got to take
so
some time.
important.
Yep.
So important. Yeah, I'm getting ready to. So
Yeah.
I run the Ladder Wars King of the 573 every Saturday, or sorry, every Sunday. I usually film them on Saturday and then I edit it and then upload it on Sunday. Um, but I was like, you know what? I'm racing all these cars for everybody, and I don't even have a car in the race. So I love Ferrari castings, and
Yeah.
I've got a few of them, and I happen to have this Testarossa on the gold laced wheels. It's free, it's out of
Oh,
the
dude,
package, and
nice.
it's in good shape. So I have done. Let me give you a little. Well, I've done a little bit of work to this one to try to get some good wheel spin out of it.
Oh,
And I
dude,
think
it's
I
still
think
spinning.
it's still, and I could get a better spin on it than that. But I'm going to probably add a little bit of weight to this. I've got the axles all polished up and graphited, and I'm going to put a little weight to it, and I'm going to enter the Ferrari for Dirty Murray, and I'll be entered into my own race. Now, how I'll do, I don't know, because I'll be honest with you, man. Those cars that are sitting at 1 and 2, that van and that Lumina Stalker are sick fast. I mean,
Wow.
the Lumina Stalker, I'm not going to give it away, but they have been battling back and forth for that number one spot. Each week, one of them goes, then the next, the other one wins, and it's all about lane choice. I think it's the lanes, and I set the track. I have to set the track up every week. At my old house, I could just leave it up all the time, and it was much easier to
Right.
just go in there, put the cars on, film the races, and be done. But having to set up everything, so I usually try to film 2 races on each setup. So when I set up that week, I can get 2 weeks worth of races out of it, and then the next week I'll do 2 more. So I don't have to set it up every week. I just have to set it up once a week, and I kind of look forward to. I love racing diecast cars. It's so cool, and that lane choice is probably a key to why they're switching back and forth. If I was to keep them in the same lanes every time, I think that one would probably win over and over and over. But that's part of the excitement is, if the same car wins every week, who wants to watch that, right? So right now it's exciting because I have a battle at first and second. So it's, to me, when I watch stuff like that, it's exciting to watch. If the same car keeps winning, I'm like, well, I already know who's going to win. I don't need to watch that. You know what I mean? But I was telling you, I've got a car right now. I sent it to San Francisco, California,
Ah,
and it's oh man, I can't remember. I'll have to find the name of the. It's
that's where.
Bay City Diecast Racing, and
Oh,
he
nice.
ran it's a all Dodge, which I know you're a huge fan of Dodge, so you might want to go check that out. But it's all Dodge castings. He posted 5 castings that you could pick from. I ended up taking one of the Dodge Viper treasure hunts and
Ooh.
and taking it apart, customizing it, painting it, adding some weight, polishing the axles, graphiting it, and I think I've moved to the 4th round and I'm still advancing, so I'm still in the race with that car, and it's so exciting. He has an awesome track set up. He's even got a replica of the Golden Gate Bridge on his track that the cars
Oh,
go
nice.
across. And so, if you like diecast racing, that's a little bit a notch above mine as far as editing, track, all that stuff, please check out Bay City Diecast Racing. Awesome dude, cool dude. He does all of his own like voiceovers and stuff, and it is really cool. But my little Viper, believe it or not, has finished more races in reverse than it has in forward. It's crossed the finish line in reverse more than forward. So I did
Right.
something weird with the weight there for that to happen. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but as soon as it gets turned around in reverse, it is gone. I mean, it's so crazy to watch that car. And it's like, I keep winning in reverse. Like, it's so weird, but it's so exciting to watch. It really is. And there's builders from all over the world. There's builders from outside the United States that have entered this
Oh,
this
yeah.
championship race. And man, it would be so cool to make it to the finals. Not even win, just be in the finals as kind of a. I wouldn't call myself a beginner race car builder, but I'm not a professional by any means either. But I've done a lot of research. I've watched a lot of videos, kind of like what is it? The little not the soapbox, but the Pine Derby cars, the little wooden ones that they race. I've watched a lot of
Right.
how they get their axles and wheels to get that good wheel spin and less resistance and all this stuff. So, but there's guys out there who have been racing diecast
Oh
cars for
yeah.
30 years and they build rockets. I mean, I don't know what they do, where they get their stuff, but it's like, man, I wish I could build a car that fast. So to still be in with guys like that, I'm like, I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting a little bit better at building a good race car. So this one here, I'm not going to get too crazy on it because I don't want to enter it in and go straight to number one and be like, everybody, you cheated, that's your track and you've tested this and that. Cause really I haven't. This car hasn't even seen the track. Everything I've done to it is just, my track hasn't even been set up. So next week, when I get the track set up, I will probably run this down against one of the cars on the ladder just to kind of get an idea of what it's going to do, if it's even worth entering. Because if it's not, I'm not gonna enter it. But I think it's going to be fast. So you will definitely
Yeah.
see this Ferrari at Ladder Wars for sure.
You know what? If it does well, Brandon, you should probably send it to Mustang Hunter and have it raced against your iDrive 32 car.
Yeah,
See how
listen,
well
that's
it
what I
does.
was gonna tell you, man. I got so lucky on that. I never win I think I've won. I remember winning. Andre Cruz did a giveaway last year, and I got one of his it was one of his first customs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andre, but it was the Captain America car. You put some real riders on it. I think you put a sticker or something on the roof. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I won his giveaway. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never won a giveaway. I was so excited. And I will enter giveaways if there's something in it that I really want. I'll enter it. If there's, if I'm just entering it to enter it, chances are I probably won't enter it because I would rather that package go to somebody else who's going to appreciate it.
Right.
But I think I've won 2 giveaways. And Andre Cruz was one of them. And then I can't remember the other one. You'll have to forgive me for that. It was early on when I started my channel.
Yeah.
But when I won that, Mustang Hunter did that raffle for the driver for that car, I won.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. Like, I don't get anything, but I get to be, I get a car and I didn't have to send anything in. So who knows if it does well at Ladder Wars, I may, when it gets beat off of there, I may send it into Mustang Hunter. But I've got something special that I've been working on for a few months, and it's what you call a sleeper. And you look at it and you go, that thing's slow. And I'll tell you, I'll give you a little hint. You remember the pest control van, the little?
Oh yeah.
It was blue and it had the guy on the side and it said something pest control. I can't even remember. I can't remember. I don't even remember what it was called, but I took that casting apart, I think I got it almost to 100 grams, and I polished the axles, did a wheel swap on it, put some real nice fast wheels on it, and that thing is a track smoker. I mean, I left the pest control livery just like it is. And when you look at it, you're like, that's not a race car. And then you pick it up and you go, whoa, that thing feels like 3 premiums put together. And I had to get pretty creative on how to get that weight in there at the right place and everything. But I think it is built for gravity tracks. And Mustang Hunter has a gravity drop track. So as long as there's no corners, I think it'll do great. But when corners are involved, my build, the way I approach a build is a lot different than if it's straight line or corners. When you have corners involved, you got to have your center of gravity's got to be on. You got to have a low center of gravity. You want a wide wheel stance. There's a lot of things that play in. So it's fun. I love diecast racing. I love watching it on the big screen in my living room, especially if I've got a horse in the race. It makes it that much funner. So it's awesome. I encourage anybody out there, if you like watching diecast racing, try to build a race car. Find a fast casting and do what you can to make it even faster and watch it smoke those cars down the track. It feels good. It's fun.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. I mean, I'm amazed of what some of these guys do, man. The way they build their tracks with the landscapes and the scenery and dude, they go all out.
All out.
Like, dude, especially the guys that race the NASCAR cars.
Yep.
Man, they're. I'm like, dude, where did you come up with this? It's like a miniature of the real thing,
Yeah, it is.
Awesome.
Have you
Awesome.
ever watched 3D Bot Maker?
I believe I have. I'm pretty sure the name
It's
sounds very familiar.
it's
Yeah.
probably the biggest, the biggest racing diecast racing channel out there. It's 3D Bot Maker. Most everybody in racing knows 3D Bot Maker. That's what got me hooked. When the COVID hit, I had a buddy from California contact me that I went to high school in Missouri with. He moved out to Cali, knew that I collected Hot Wheels and all that stuff, and he contacted me. He goes, "Man, have you ever watched any diecast racing?" I said, "Nah, man, I'm not really into it. I like watching real car racing though."
Right.
And he said, "Man, I'm going to send you this link. Just watch this video and tell me what you think." I watched the video. 5 minutes in, I was hooked, and I was watching every video they had. And then they did an event called King of the Mountain, and you
Oh,
could
yeah.
enter it. And I built a race car and sent it in, and I actually qualified and made it in that race. Now I got
Nice.
beat. I got beat in the first round because that was practically the first race car that I had ever built. So for me, just qualifying, because there was known builders that built cars, sent them in, and didn't qualify. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to qualify. So when the car ran well and it qualified, I was like, man, it made me feel good that, hey, a lot of these guys have been doing it for a minute. I just started and I qualified. Maybe I'm doing
Yeah.
something right. So I just kind of
Right.
stuck with it, kept building cars, sending them into races. I actually last year's I sent a car into Rust Belt diecast racing, and I won first place on a Father's Day event they ran. So I got to wake up
Nice.
on Sunday morning and watch the race, in bed, and I won on Father's Day. It was so cool, man. I got a trophy, and it was awesome. So I was like, man, that's awesome, And a lot of
Yeah.
people are like, man, you're weird, diecast racing, this, that, and the other. But give it a shot, man. Give it a chance because it's cheap, it's exciting, and it gives you something to do. Instead of just putting cars on the track, racing them, try to mod them and make them faster, kind of like people do with real cars. Except modding Hot Wheels is a lot cheaper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Crazy Eddie, he says, "Let me work at Walmart." It's like, hold on the hiring.
Yeah, Andre Cruz says, "Let me work at Walmart." Yeah, and you know what? Hey, man, we could all go apply at Walmart and get a job.
Oh, yeah, especially
I
now.
mean, so I'm not willing to do that, but if you do and you find yourself in that position where you're into something and it benefits you to have that job, well, more power to you. Take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Just don't start selling supers on eBay. Don't do that. That's horrible. That's terrible. Frowned upon. You will not make it very far in the diecast community if the diecast community catches wind of that. I promise.
Red Eye 24/7 Hot Wheels. Walmart starts at $15 an hour. Not bad.
No, $15 an hour plus all the supers you can find. I'm down. Sign me up. I'm joking. But that's actually $15 an hour is pretty decent for. I don't know what state he's in. I don't know if that's what they make around here or not. But $15 isn't bad. I remember when I first started working, what I was making, and it wasn't near $15 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, my first job was back in 1988. I started at a grocery store, and it was a minimum wage was $4.25 an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's working
Yeah.
for your money there.
Yeah, but I mean, back in the day, I had just turned 18, so I was, I think I was helping out my mom with like half of my paycheck because I was only getting about 120, $125 a week.
And gas was probably what, 69 cents, 79 cents a gallon?
Yeah, gas was, well, out here in California, it had just gone up to a tad over $1. It was about $1, $1.15, $1.25, but it kept going up and down. I mean, the cheapest I've seen it go down to is like 99 cents, and then it just kept going up. Just fluctuating here and there. Simple Custom says, "LOL, I'm just a phone call away." Yeah, Andre, and Simple Customs are exchanging words here. Andre Cruz says, "Oh, what online application here? I got."
Hey,
Oh
Andre,
man,
let me know when you get that job, man. We'll work something out. I'll give you my address, and you can just send me those extra supers, player. I won't tell a soul, I promise. No, I'm
yeah,
joking. I'm
yeah.
joking. I'm totally joking.
Andre Cruz, they wouldn't hire me. I have a ban from one store, so I'm registered. Yeah, yeah. That's what happens at a lot of stores. I mean, if you go out there and you cause trouble, some way, one way or another, they're gonna ban you. Simple Custom says probably for being too nice, throwing jabs at each other there. Simple Custom says, saying hi to my wife. Yep. Yeah, that was a while ago. We got caught up in the conversation, Brandon and I. So sorry about that. Andre Cruz, look at this. Iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, spoiled. Now he's throwing jabs at me. It's all it's all good, Dre. It's all good, Dre, man. I could handle it, man.
Simple
Andre,
Custom says that's cheating. What's cheating?
hey man, you take it any way you can get it, man. You get them supers any way you can get them. No, just kidding about that too.
Yeah, man. I am really hoping to find that Civic. That's my when the FK starts dropping around here, I will probably be at the store every chance I get. It's tough. We've got some guys, some collectors around here that I
Some
that
some collectors, huh? Quote
yeah,
unquote.
some collectors around here, and they approach it a little different than I do. But there was mornings in the summertime when my son was out of school. We would go to Target every morning, and we'd wait there at like 7:50, and they'd open the door at 8 o'clock, and there'd always be a couple gentlemen there, with us. And we would go in the store. We would all go back to the Hot Wheels section, and I remember a couple of times fresh drops and digging through the bin, with other collectors there too. That is my least favorite way to hunt. I would almost rather just walk away than to dig through something with another collector there trying to feel like we're trying to beat each other and outdo one another. And I just, when I hunt, I like to be relaxed. I like to go through the casting slowly. That's, most of you will notice that when I do an in-store video peg hunt, I'm not holding the camera for 20 minutes going through every single casting because I'm on a time crunch, and I know that any second another collector could walk up on me and I could possibly miss something because I'm worried about getting it on film. So I have kind of adjusted the way I film. I film a little bit, show you a few castings, but I turn the camera off. I do my business, and if I find something, I turn it back on. I go through it. It's just part of it. I have been filming and had collectors walk up on me, and I've missed stuff down the road because I was looking in the camera, showing you guys stuff, and maybe missed out on a monster truck treasure hunt or something just because I hadn't got there yet. So I've approached my peg hunting videos a little different than when I first started. Not because I'm stingy, just because I don't want to miss out on anything. I don't want to get caught sleeping, in the camera and not focus on what I could be finding that's hanging right there that somebody else just grabbed because I was worried about getting it on footage. And the guys that I'm in competition with, I would say, they don't film. They don't have a YouTube channel. When they go in there, they know what they're after, and that's all they're worried about. So I've got to kind of shift to that attitude too, or I'll just get left to the side, and they'll get all the good stuff, and that's just the way it'll be. But my son, when I take him with me, they would open the door and he would run back there. I would tell him, what to look for, and he would beat all of us back there and start going through it when we got back there. And the one gentleman said something to me one day about it. Well, I wish I had a son that I could have run back there through the store and this and that and the other. And I was like, hey man, go find a son. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. It's I don't do this to make people mad, and I try not to get upset. If I walk in a store and another collector's found something, congratulations. That's awesome. So glad you found it. Happy for you. Wish I would have found it, and there's one of them who's pretty sour. If he finds out you found something good, He doesn't like it at all. He won't congratulate you. He won't tell you good job.
Oh yeah.
He'll, and it's sad, that that you can't be happy for someone else, even though, and he
Mhm.
finds tons of good stuff. He beat me to a Walmart and found 3 of the 55 Chevy Supers at
Ooh.
one store. One morning, one store, 3 Supers. Um, and he told me about it, and I was like, man, that is awesome. Congratulations to you. That must have been an awesome feeling. You know, would you want to trade one of those? I'll trade you Super for Super. No, I'm not interested. They're already gone. He probably stuck them on eBay and sold them. So funny story was when I found those 2 C-Case vans, he had approached us and knew that I had found them and asked me if I wanted to trade him one of them. And I said, nah, I'm not really interested.
There you go.
I was joking with him because I was really going to trade him. I was going to offer it up and trade it with him. I was just being a butthole. I thought 2 grown men could joke, and apparently not. When I said that, his chest puffed up, and he did not want anything else to do with me at all. Totally ignored me, brushed me off, said some rude comments in front of my son, and I ended up getting my son, and we left the store. And I said, that's it. I blocked him on my social media. I got rid of his contacts. I deleted him, blocked him. I don't need negativity in my life. If you're going to be mad at me for finding something good and joking with you about not trading, even though you didn't trade with me 2 weeks prior, now you expect me to do the same thing. And I was honestly going to trade the guy. I was just joking with him, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I was wrong for doing that. But I thought 2 grown men could joke, so I jokingly said, nah, it's already gone, whatever. And that was it. He was done with me. He didn't want anything else to do with me. And I was like, okay, I don't need people like that in my life. I do this for fun. If you're going to bring stress to it, I just cut you out of my life. You're done. So I haven't talked to him in 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, truth be told, Brandon, I would have done the same thing. Sometimes people need to get a taste of their own medicine, just so so that they get the picture. If that were me that found the 3 Chevy Super treasure hunts, and you were right next to me, or anybody else, I would have said, here you go. And I've done that before.
Yep.
I've done that before. Oh, you don't have this? Oh, here you go. If it's if it's a car that you already have and you don't need, pass it on to somebody else that doesn't have it. There's.
Yep. Well, and the thing of it is, I don't know what he does with them, and that's his business, none of my business. But if you find 3 Supers, man, and a collector that's running the same stores as you every day, putting the effort in that you are, help them out. Let me get that. And it wasn't like I was asking for it for free. I would trade you a Super for that Super because I would love to have that 55 in the collection. And he just blew me off totally, and I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. But I don't remember. You remember when the J case dropped last year, the Porsche Outlaw?
Oh, yes.
My son and we found 4 of those Super treasure hunts.
Oh,
we found
man.
one. We found one at Target in the dump bin, and we stopped at a grocery store one morning to grab a jug of milk, and happened to walk back in the seasonal section, and there was literally 2 pallets full of Hot Wheels stuff. Okay, it was right before Christmas. It was the Christmas shipment, and I asked the guy, hey, when you're going to be putting these out? He goes, right now. He goes, what do you want to open? I'll open them all. You can go through it, take what you want. And we did. We went through, there was 2 dump bins, and each dump bin had 4 cases in it. So we went through 8 J cases. We found 8 of the Pacifica treasure hunts, which we only took 1 or 2, and we left the rest. We didn't find any of, I believe that case was the Copo Camaro Chase ID. We did not find any Chase ID cars. But we found 3 Super Porsche Outlaws at that one store.
Nice.
And he caught wind of it, asked me if I'd trade him one, and I did. I traded him one of the Porsches for an old Kmart 55 gasser exclusive. I used to have it out here, but I don't have it out here anymore. I've changed it with something else. But and so I traded him the Porsche Outlaw for that Kmart exclusive gasser with the Real Riders, beautiful paint job, Hot Wheels livery, and this DeLorean Super. And I gave him $10 or $15 difference. So I gave him the Porsche Outlaw and $10 or $15, and he gave me the DeLorean Super and the Kmart Gasser exclusive. And I thought that was fair,
Yeah.
So I thought, we're building a relationship. I'll be able to trade with him in the future. And then he cut me off on the 55 and then got all rude with me about the van. And I was like, that's it. I don't want to trade with you anymore. I'm done.
Wow.
So I can see why some people don't like trading. And so far, that's really the only sour experience I've had with trading. I love trading. I love getting people something in their collection that they're looking for, and they've got something that I want in my collection. I can avoid eBay. I can avoid Marketplace. I can deal directly with a diecast homie in the community, help build that, networking relationship, I guess, as you would say. That's what I would rather do. And
Yeah.
that's what I like to do.
Yep. Yep. Like my very first trade was with, and I'm pretty sure I've shared this with you guys before, and so has Jason, Mustang Hunter, man. Very, very, very unselfish person.
Yep.
Great guy. Just love the guy. He traded his one and only, what was it, the Nissan, was it the Skyline, the R34 Super, the blue one. Do you remember that one, Brandon?
I do not. Which was it? Was it a Spectre Flame Blue?
Yes.
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. I believe that's from 2019, I believe. Anyways, yeah, I traded him that one, and let's see, I sent him an ultra hot Mustang. Metal on metal, real rider wheels with the red ring around the wheels. He loved it, opening hood and everything. Like, hey man, would you be? I know you like Mustangs. Would you be interested in this? And he's like, oh yeah, sure, man. So we traded, and that was the beginning of everything. And I guarantee you that not very many people would have done that. He's always very helpful. He always puts other people. He always puts other people before himself. And I'm pretty sure that not very many people would have done it.
I agree.
Would have done something like that for me, man. So
Yep.
very awesome, man.
Yep, I was a story about Mustang Hunter, Jason. I was just kind of started watching YouTube videos. I was watching a lot of Old Man Diecast, Honest Diecast, Mustang Hunter, and a few others. And after watching them for a while, that's what led me to start a YouTube channel. I was like, man, this is cool, and maybe I could share my hunts when I go, because I was doing a lot of hunting, but I wasn't videoing anything.
Right.
And so I was like, well, maybe I can try to, make a video and upload it. Maybe people will watch, my videos. And those guys, they helped me get my channel going, by spreading the word, giving me shout outs on their videos.
Right.
But I met Jason through a gentleman named Michael Martello from Helmet Diecast. And I know you've probably seen him in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
He's everywhere. Mm-hmm. Great guy. Super, super nice dude. But he was telling me about Mustang Hunter. I started watching Jason, and I had a bunch of like Shelbys and older Mustangs and stuff that I really wasn't that into. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to contact Jason. Just let him know that I don't want anything in return. I just want to send you these, put them in your collection from Liver Diecast. There you go.
Right.
And man, I tell you what, that started a awesome relationship with Jason. We don't just talk on social media. We actually keep in touch, through messaging on our phones, and it's awesome. Jason is a good guy. I appreciate what he does. His, serving our country and giving his life and stuff up so that we can have our freedom. And I thank each and every person who does that, because it's an awesome thing to do. And that's that is who Jason is. He's not only giving in the diecast community, he's giving in as a real human in real life. So It speaks of what he is and what he's about. And he was nice enough to send me a care package and give me a shout out on his channel. And I'm telling you, when you're a new channel and you've got 10 subscribers, and a guy like Jason or Honest Diecast, or even yourself that has thousands of subscribers, if they give you a shout out, you'd be surprised that next day the jump you see in your subscribers. And I was seeing that. Jason would give me a shout out, and the next day I had 15 more subscribers. And I know that wasn't because of me. That was because of Jason taking the time to give me a shout out on his channel. And
Yeah.
Derek from Honest Diecast, James from Hewitt's, he gave me shout outs when I first started. And I was just lucky enough to kind of get in, find the group, the niche that I felt comfortable in. And I was lucky enough to find a group of guys, you, James, Jason, Eric from Kingnut Diecast is another great dude. James
Yeah.
from Hewitt's. There's so many, Andre Cruz, when I first started, Andre and I communicated a lot back and forth. He sent me some really cool stuff, sent me some stuff for my son. I was accepted into the diecast community right away. And I think just jumping in, not expecting anything, trying to, I wanted to help people find stuff they were looking for. I wanted to build a network, get to know some people in the community that I could talk to with. And I was lucky enough to be able to do that, and here I am now. I'm sitting at a little bit over 1,000 subscribers, and I'm looking back going, man, I remember when I got my first subscriber, it was my son. And I was like,
Yeah.
1,000 people, 1,100 people, whatever I'm at, I think it's 1,170, something like that. But it's, when you look at the billions of people on the planet, okay, that's a small number, right? But
Mm-hmm.
for me to know that many people took the time to sub to my channel, to take their time from their day to spend watching my content.
Exactly.
I mean, it hits me right in the heart, man. It's so appreciated. People don't realize that when you get that view, when you get that comment, you're like, okay, I'll keep doing what I'm doing because it's worth it. I've either helped somebody, with something they didn't know about, or, whether it's a wheel swap with my tutorials, or, I like doing stuff, putting it on there so people can watch and maybe learn something from it. Or even if they don't learn anything, they just enjoy watching the content. Hey, that's great for me. I like it.
Yeah. And speaking of Mustang Hunter, this is the one super. I'm a huge dots guy. So this is one of the traits that I worked out with him. There's another diecast homie that we know. I'm not gonna say any names, but I offered to make a trade. Nope. No, I never got a response. I didn't get a no, but I didn't get a response. With Jason, like right away, like dude, definitely. So that's why to this day, I'm very I'm still grateful to him. Every time I already know what he likes. If I see something that I know he's gonna like, or that I know that he needs, like the red editions that I sent him and the Chevelle that I sent him, like dude, it's much deserved. You deserve it, dude. I mean you
good
put
guy.
on you put on that uniform every day to protect our freedom. I mean, you're a great guy. You're very giving. You're very unselfish. You're a great asset to our community. I mean, like, dude, you deserve it. Don't thank me. I mean, thank you.
Yep. I always
You know.
tease Jason about when he's going to start giving tours in the museum, in the Hot Wheels museum. His collection, he's got a
Oh yeah.
collection that I would like to check out. And the cool thing is Jason probably can remember the story behind 90% of those castings he has. He could tell you where it came from, who he got it from, why he got it, what he traded for, whether he traded or it was a gift or, whatever. But he has a massive collection of some awesome castings. I mean,
Yes. Yes. And he doesn't just focus on supers or chases.
oh no,
No.
he likes certain castings, variations, sets. He's he has to have it all, and that's okay. That's not me. That's not how I collect. But I love seeing, he gets these massive, like 25-pound boxes from viewers, and the video is like an hour and something long of just gift after gift after gift after gift, and his voice, you could tell he sounds like a kid. He's so excited, like a kid on Christmas morning. He gets so excited, and most of the castings, he can tell you a little bit of history on them. I like it because I'm big on the wheels. Like when I'm showing something, I like to say what wheels it has on it, call them out, as their name. And Jason's real good about that too. Whether it's a Chrome 5-spoke or a Trap 5 or an OH 5 or what, faster than ever, Ultra Hots, whatever it may be. I actually printed out a wheel Hot Wheels wheel chart and just kind of studied it, went over it so I didn't have to refer to it every time I was showing a car. It just, when you see it, you know what it's called and you can go ahead and call it out. And, it helps your viewers. Oh, that's what that wheel's called, and so just try to be helpful and have fun at the same time, really. I mean,
dude, I've learned so much from Jason, dude. I mean, for a lot of stuff, like like he goes into detail, like every detail of the car. Oh, check out this Mustang with the H5s and the hockey stripe right here and this above the fender. I'm like, dude, I wish I was that knowledgeable. I mean,
yeah, and this comes in 6 other color variations, and they all have this
yeah,
wheel combo, and yeah, I mean, that's what's fun about watching Jason, and I don't know if he does his research before he shoots a video, so he's going into it kind of prepared, but
which is fine.
He's done a lot of research to know all that and just roll it off the top of his head, and that's a big part, I think, of why people enjoy watching Jason, because he's also informing. He's not just showing you stuff that he's got. He's telling you about it. He's informing you about it. So, yeah, Jason, man, Jason's an awesome dude for sure. He's one of the good ones in the diecast community for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's why a lot of people call him Toretto for different reasons. I call him Toretto because in the movie, they Toretto is like gravity. People just want to be around him.
Yeah, they just gravitate to him.
Yep, and that's Jason. Everything he gets, and I tell him all the time, dude, every gift that you get, you deserve it, dude. I mean, you're just that one guy that everybody wants to be around. I mean, you're just
he's
awesome
positive.
guy.
He spreads positivity. I've never heard him put anybody down, or he's just positive. He brings positive. His voice is very welcoming. His character. He's this big, strong, military guy, but at the same time, he's playing with kids' toys just like we are. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I can't wait till he starts running those races, and I hope that car does well so that I can stay on it and keep going. It's going to be pretty cool. And actually, he runs his races on Sundays. I hope we're not missing his races.
Yeah, maybe we should.
I don't know. Does anybody know if Mustang Hunter's running his races today? He might have taken today off because of Easter to spend with the family and stuff too. I didn't think about that. But
yeah,
I definitely don't want to miss. If my car is racing, I definitely don't want to miss that after being lucky enough to be drawn to drive that sucker. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know last weekend he was he was burned out because he was still putting his cars together and stuff, like organizing and doing tweaks here and there, and so I don't know if let's take a quick look. And of course my phone's going to be.
Yeah, my laptop just died. I'm plugging in right now, and I can take a look and see. I hit the button, and it went black on me. But I just plugged it into the charger. It'll be back up in a minute.
I have my phone on airplane mode because that interference and that static. I don't like that sound.
So you go on airplane. Am I do you hear that staticky from me? Because I'm not on airplane mode. I didn't know that.
No, I don't hear it. I don't.
Okay, good. Yeah. I've tried to use my son's headphones to make it a little clearer. I noticed last time my picture quality is absolutely horrible. And on my phone, it looks crystal clear. And then when I went and watched it back, I was like a fuzzball. So I apologize. I do not have the top of the line equipment. I do all my stuff on a Samsung S9. And I have a free editing app that I use. I don't pay any money for my editing. I do it all on a free app. And I've got my son's headgear for my microphone. So I'm a rookie when it comes to this live stuff. I don't have the big fancy backdrop. I cannot wait until I can get out of this apartment, get my son into our house, get my room fixed up, get my little studio back up and going with all my stuff. When I came to this apartment, I didn't bring any of my Hot Wheels. I packed them all away, nice and neat. I put them in my grandpa's basement in storage. I know they're safe and sound. Nothing's going to happen to them, and I'm good with that.
Right.
But the amount of stuff that I have acquired from viewers and trades is like, I've already got a ton more stuff here and my goal was to not have anything here, like not to take anything while I'm at the apartment. But it's what do you do when someone wants to send you a gift?
Yeah.
Of course I want to accept it. You know what I mean? So it's going to be fun when I do set my studio back up, going through all this stuff, remembering that moment when I opened it, who it was from, the story behind it. I can't wait. I cannot wait to get my studio set back up. I'm lucky enough to have found this little desk, try to get me a little work area and stuff. And as you can see, I've already, it's full. I have no more room there. So I just kind of
Yeah.
take and switch out my different supers and stuff so that the scenery changes every once in a while. But yeah, I know it's not exciting. I don't have all the fancy lighting and backdrops and, sounds and stuff on my live. So, I get it, but I'm working toward that. If the channel keeps growing, eventually I may spend some money on some equipment and get it up and going a little better and start doing more lives and interacting and stuff. But right now I'm just a small fish in a big pond, and guys like you having me on here, I greatly appreciate that. It allows me to to touch base with you, see where you're at, you see where I'm at, what's going on. And it gives me exposure. I'm getting exposure on your channel. And maybe someone sees me on your channel and they go check me out. Maybe someone on my channel sees me on your channel and goes and checks you out. So it's all about networking is so important, when you're trying to build a name for yourself in the diecast or in the YouTube community. So but I'm just having fun with it, man. I enjoy it, and I'll keep doing it as long as it's fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna share a story with you guys before I let you guys go, and it's pertaining to this Super right here. Kind of funny. So, all right, so check this out, Brandon. Okay, so a while back ago, when this card came out, I believe this is a 2020 Super, if I'm not mistaken, the Mazda RX-7. Okay, so I went.
Yep, correct.
Okay,
that's
so
the 20 from the 25th anniversary superset.
Yep. So, anyways, I was at a Target checking, checking cars and stuff, and then 5 minutes into it, a guy approaches me, and he asked me, "Do you need a camera?" And out of curiosity, I said, "Yeah." So it's like, "Okay, come with me." So I follow him to the electronics department. Then he opens a drawer, and he pulls out two of these, and he just hands them to me. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." He didn't ask for any money or anything. So I'm like, "Oh, cool." He just gave me two freaking Supers. So I walk out, all happy and stuff, and then on my way home, I was kind of feeling bad. I was like, maybe somebody paid this guy for these two, and I took the Supers, but oh well, it is what it is. But I guess that was code back in the day. When somebody was hooking you up for Supers. Hey, do you need a camera, or I need a camera? And if you approach the right guy, or if the right guy approached you and you said yes, then you would walk out of the store with some Supers.
With a Super. That's crazy. So when was that happened?
This was back in 2020 when these were hitting stores.
Okay, so you got that in 2020 from him because of that. That's wow.
Yeah.
That's an awesome story.
Yeah, I didn't know the guy or anything. So
wow.
Yeah, like I said, I got to the store. 5 minutes later, a guy approaches me, like, "Hey, do you need a camera?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Again, out of curiosity, like, oh, I followed him to electronics, opens a drawer, pulls two of these, gives them to me just like that.
Wow, that's sweet, man. Yeah, that's never happened to me. That's awesome. Maybe I need to start going to the electronics department asking if y'all got any of those cameras back here.
Yeah, I need a camera. Can somebody in electronics come help me?
Wow, that's awesome, man.
So anyways, there's another guy I do trades with here in my area. So he needed this one, and I wanted this one. So we traded.
Sweet.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And this was actually the first Super of 2020, if I'm not mistaken. The Nissan Skyline.
Yep, that was before I started hunting. That's before in 2020. I didn't
Yeah.
even really know what a super was till late 2020, almost probably the end of 2020.
Yeah, here it is. 8 case.
Wow.
8 case, and this is F case.
The Mazda RX-7, I did trade for that. I was able to get that in the collection, so I do have it. And I also picked up, I forget what year it was from. It was the white and red and black with the red wheel Honda CRX. I traded for that one too. You remember that one? I think it was from 2020. It had a
Oh,
20 on the side
oh, yeah. The hatchback
with
one.
with the red
Hat.
4 spokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I traded for it also after I found out what supers were. I was like, man, I gotta have that one.
Yeah.
So I ended up
Awesome.
getting it too. But
Yeah, like you said, Brandon, every car has a story, and yeah, I mean, yeah, by far that's the easiest Supra I've ever acquired.
yeah, that's an awesome story. That's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that guy is no longer at that store. So
That's a bummer.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
one.
have in my hunts the last 2 years that I've been hunting pretty solid, hot and heavy. I have actually found more supers hanging on the pegs than I have opening cases. And I've opened a lot of cases. I opened, remember the C case Roger Dodger Magic 8 Ball?
Hmm.
I opened up 18 or 19 cases of that at a Dollar Tree and found zero Roger Dodger. I still haven't found that Roger Dodger Super Treasure Hunt. So
Yeah.
it's, people say, well, if you're opening cases, of course you're going to find all the supers. That's
Nope.
not true. I've
Nope.
found more hanging on the pegs than I have opening cases, and I've opened a lot of cases. You all know if you watch my videos, I've been lucky enough to open a lot of cases, and I just have not been lucky on finding the supers in those sealed cases.
Yeah. Yeah, I have not found a Super at any of the dollar stores. None of them. I mean, I found, as I shared earlier, the closest I've come to finding a Super was the ID chase, and it was the Bone Shaker. So it wasn't even on
That's
that.
the
Yeah.
that's the one. That's the Chase ID I found at the Dollar Tree. I found the Audi Quattro, the maroon Spectre Flame with the white
Hmm.
5-star wheels. I found that hanging on the pegs at Dollar Tree, and I was shocked. I was like, oh my god! I think that was the second or third one that I
Yeah.
found. Did you watch my video where I got lucky enough to find that Diecast Studebaker?
Oh yes.
Oh
Oh
man, that was, dude. Talk about timing. That's the other thing. Timing is so important. So my son was at his mom's. I woke up on a Saturday morning. I knew there was nothing around here in town. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a road trip about 30 minutes away from the house. I
hmm
woke up at 6 o'clock, poured myself a hot cup of coffee, and hit the road. And I got to
hmm
that Walmart at like 6:30, 6:45 in the morning. I went back to the Hot Wheels section. There was no pallets out. The aisles were empty, the pegs were empty, and I was bummed, man. I was like, man, I drove all this way, risking it, and there's just nothing here either. So I turned around and I was walking down the aisle to leave, and I heard that do 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 where they're pulling the pallets down the aisle. So I
Right.
stopped and I was like, what are the chances of this? So I was standing there, and he goes, and I was like, what? I just I just saw a case on there. No way. So I stood around for probably 5 minutes, and finally he looks at me. He goes, "Can I help you with something?" I was like, "Well, actually, I do you know when they might be putting these Hot Wheels away? Because there's some new ones in there that I would like to get." No problem. He pulled it right off, busted it open, opened it up, and I said, "Do you mind if I peg them for you?" "Nope, go right ahead." So I took them down. The first case I opened, I found that super, and I was stoked because there was five
So
more
close.
cases. There was five more cases on there,
Uh huh.
and he told me that he said, "I'll open them. I'll open every single one of them for you. You can look through them, dump them in the dump bin, and hang them on the pegs. Would be very greatly appreciated." And I said, "No problem. I'd be more than happy to."
Oh yeah.
There was even one case, so I went through the other four cases that made 5 cases, and I found 2 out of the 6 didn't even have a regular treasure hunt. They didn't have a
Hmm.
super or a regular treasure hunt. So I found a few of the regulars. I found that one super in the first case. So I was like, man, I'm gonna find like 5 supers today. So I ended up opening the other 4 cases. Nothing, nada. There was one case that made the 6th case left, and it was on the very, very bottom. Like it had lots, the skid was, over my head full of stuff. And he goes, "Do you want to get at that last case?" And I was like, "Man, if you don't mind." He goes, "No, I'll move all this stuff and I'll take it off and open it for you." And he did. He moved every single piece, stacked it up, gave me the case. "Oh, here you go," he said. I said, "Well, I'll go dump it in the dump bin for you." And there was no super in it either. It had a regular treasure hunt in it. So
Yeah.
the timing, had 2 minutes could have made or broke that hunt, because I'd have been to the end of that aisle, I would have been gone. I never would have looked back at that skid, and it would have been there literally 2 minutes after I left. So it's just scary. And now I think about that every time I'm hunting. I'm like, man, if I leave 2 minutes later, they're going to bring it out. 2 minutes later, they're going to bring it out. So it's hard to, you got to say, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I'll come back tomorrow. That's all it is. But I got lucky, and there wasn't any skill involved in that. I can't take credit for any of that because I don't know anything about that store. I don't know when they stock. Now I have kind of an idea. So here in a couple weeks, I'm going to make that trip again and see if I can get lucky again. But I just knew that I was going to find at least more than one out of those 6 cases when I hit that first case and found that sucker, man. But I was happy enough to leave with the one. I counted my blessings. I hit the road, and I smiled all the way back to Columbia, Missouri.
Heck yeah. I would have too, man.
I did. I was super pumped about that. That was awesome. And I can't even say I'm a huge fan of the Studebaker. I'm not a huge Studebaker fan, but I love Super Treasure Hunt. So if it's Super Treasure Hunt and I find it's coming home with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed.
Well, Adrian,
right.
I've been running my mouth long enough. I'll let you wrap up your live stream. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to Big A's live stream. Thanks for giving your time to him. Great dude. Thanks for having me on. Much appreciated. Stay safe.
Problem.
Happy hunting. And as always, I'm out. Peace.
Peace. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Your time is much appreciated. Love you guys. Have a great Easter. You guys take care. Be good to one another. Happy hunting. And God bless you and your loved ones. Deuces.